Welcome back to Nerdrotic, everybody. My name is Gary Beekler, and I come to you from nerdrotic.com, and I am live in San Francisco, California, and I am with the future ruler of planet Earth and surrounding systems, Dictor Van Doomcock. How are you, sir?
I am so goddamn angry that I just finished yelling into a microphone for about 8 minutes in the bathroom before I got on here so that I could go ahead and not just lapse into a profanity-laced rant that would just get your channel banned. So I am so goddamn disgusted, Gary, on so many levels. It is just as bad as all the spoilers out there. Actually, it's worse. There's going to be spoilers here, people.
Yeah,
just
spoilers.
So you know. Spoilers, nothing but spoilers. And get ready now. Look, for them to make Daenerys Targaryen go absolutely bug shit insane. I mean, I'm talking about like Humphrey Bogart in the Caine Mutiny insane, and just deciding burn them all after everything is already won was a goddamn disgrace. Why the fuck did we watch this thing for 8 years? If they're not even going to have the real characters show up at the end.
Well, that especially, yes, that I think everything this episode sums up what the series has turned into. It's just gone to hell. And maybe, again, I will preface, this is how it ends in the books. Maybe this is really, they knocked it out. That's what George said they were heading towards. But we have to, the context of that is we'd probably have 2 books building up to it where it would maybe make some kind of sense. But when you cram it into 6 episodes, and honestly, they crammed it into 1 episode. She turned last episode. If you thought Anakin turning and, is like, hey, Obi-Wan, you're my best friend, and killing younglings 15 minutes later, that's nothing compared to this.
No, nothing. I mean, we've been 8 years on this shit. And for her to have been so damn hell-bent on being regal, on being noble, on making this a planet for the small people, being a champion of the common man, and then to barbecue said common men in a rampant weenie roast of destruction, that where they reuse shots. By the way, it was just all the same. Yep. I mean, dude, look. You thought that the goddamn the long night was anticlimactic. The entire invasion and siege of King's Landing is over, I think, in about 17 minutes. I wasn't timing it, but I mean, I think it was about 15 to 17 minutes.
I timed it. So the initial attack before the bells came on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, exactly. Was 7 minutes and 36 seconds.
I stand corrected. I was giving them twice the amount of credit that they were due. 2 to 3 times the credit they were due. I was being an apologist for this shit, and I hate it. I fucking hate this show now. I'm done.
Oh, God, yes. And it was 36 minutes and roughly 4 seconds before the dragon attacked. I could be, off a couple seconds there. And wow, those ballistas weren't that good the second time around, weren't they? All she had to do was fly low and fly high.
It was so dumb.
Armor. So,
yeah.
Yes, you called it. You said the dragon was going to have a bunch of plot armor. It did. All the ballistas, scorpions were toast. And Cersei just stood there and cried. And poor Lena Headey, she was barely in the show. She was in the show. The big bad that was Cersei. That was obviously wrong.
She just stood there with one expression that was slowly dialing down like a light on a dimmer switch. I mean, basically that was it. And then they did a dropper of some tears in her eye, in one eye. So she did the solitary tear thing. Oh, joy.
And they shot this like she was pregnant in real life. You know how sometimes actresses get pregnant in real life, so they shoot her, up high, close up, and they don't really have them running around a lot. And I don't know if she is, probably not, but they shot it like that. Also, the reuse shots, we were discussing this right before in our very long pre-production meeting, at least 30 seconds, that we talked about them reusing shots. The archers was a reuse shot. The town exploding was it looked like reuse shots. So
all the time, dude. all the time. It looked like, I don't know. I wasn't keeping that track. I was too busy rolling my eyes and getting disgusted, but it seemed to me like, oh, Jesus, this is redundant. Oh my God.
It absolutely is. And thank you for all the super chats. We have the biggest crowd I've ever seen here at Nerdrotic. We will get to those shortly. We just want to get through our initial thoughts first. Welcome, everybody. Thanks. And I truly am sorry that this show turned into this. It's not our fault. Some people are treating Doomcock and I like it is our fault, but we did not write the episode. The actors did the best they could. I do not blame the actors in this show. Macy Williams did fine. Wow, Arya Stark snuck in to the city with her face. She could use somebody else's face.
Yeah, she just strolls in. She just strolls in with the Hound, one of those famous people in the area. Everybody knew the Hound. Everybody should have known Arya, but they knew the Hound, and he's just la la la. And fuck, Jamie, the same thing. He just had a hood on, and he's like, "Hey, Jamie Lannister, dude, what's up?" No, it was all good. And then here, get this. So Arya, you think that they changed Daenerys? Well, Arya, at the critical juncture where she says, "I'm going to go kill Cersei," the Hound grabs her and says, "No, look at me. Do you want to wind up like me?" And she goes, "Oh my God, she converted faster than somebody getting a copy of a Watchtower at her door. I mean, she like suddenly saw Jesus and she said, "You're right. My whole life has been misguided. I'm going to go ahead and become a protector of women and children," and was like nursemaiding them. And then we had about 10 minutes at the end where she pets a horse, I think, or something. She pets
a little horsey lived, so everybody's happy. By the way, happy Mother's Day, everybody. HBO continues their tradition of slaying people on Father's and Mother's Day. Of course, Tywin Lannister, I believe, was killed on Father's Day. And in Westworld Season 2, William killed his daughter on Father's Day. And now we kill Cersei on Mother's Day while she's pregnant. HBO, gotta love them.
Well, we don't know that she's dead, though. We don't even get the satisfaction of seeing her die. We just see a bunch of rubble collapse. But I mean, God knows that's the end of about every other Marvel comic book in the 60s where some rubble falls down. But then next week, the supervillain is back. So we don't know. We don't know if she's dead or not.
That's true.
Plot armor.
That's true.
Plot armor.
Yeah, you know what? I shouldn't suspect it. That's the one thing they'll subvert my expectations, is doing the logical thing. Logically subverting expectations. God, I feel like a logic extremist right now.
Oh, I know it. I know it. Jamie, and how about this? How about this ending where whoever sits on the Iron Throne sits on the Iron Throne, and then they cut to this island that they were talking about, and there's Cersei looking out over the water, and there's Jamie. Tis just a flesh wound, Lannister, even though he got run through the side, skewered like a kebab, like a Lannister kebab by Euron, for God's sake.
Then he lived for like another hour.
He went through the whole castle looking for her, run through the side. Have you guys ever had any kind of surgery? Imagine yourself with surgery, with care, and with drugs. And you know how bad you feel. Like you're going to be run through the fucking side, and you're going to wend your way up and find Cersei, and then lead her down to the basement or whatever, and hug her. And were we supposed to feel emotional during that scene, dude? Were we supposed to feel that we were going to miss Cersei somehow?
I don't know. All I could think was this would be a good parody time while Jamie is dying through the castle. He stops at Starbucks and gets a coffee and, writes a will. Makes a few phone calls, and then finds Cersei and dies.
He crawls up to the counter and pulls himself up and says, latte. Soy.
Pulls out his cell phone and pays on his app, Now
at the Iron Bank of Bravos, you can get the pay-as-you-go app on your cell phone. Yeah.
Yes. The memes are going to be incredible. Free Folk has been on fire. So if anybody from the Free Folk is watching, I love you guys. You are doing God's work. Thank you. We're going to get 2 decades worth of memes out of this show, which is the only good thing from this. And Jesus Christ, we've got a lot of super chats. Doomcock. Okay. So somebody chirped at me, and I thought this while the episode was about halfway through, I could understand. They go, this would have been a better episode 2 from season 6. And in the first 10 or 15 minutes, if they had built up Daenerys as the Mad Queen for season 7, sure, absolutely, yes, I could have bought that. Of course, with the Night King coming later. But as this is the penultimate episode of Game of Thrones, King's Landing is utterly destroyed. She destroyed the Red Keep. Unless we see next week that half of it's still standing somehow. And wow, I guess there was some Dothraki left and some Unsolid left, which is pretty amazing. But it looks like, for one, I think you briefly mentioned this, that the spoilers were indeed correct. So yeah, it's pretty spot on so far. And our savior, Jon Snow.
Oh, Jesus.
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow. Jon Bend the Knee Snow. Knee bender. Wah, wah, wah. What a pussy. God almighty. He stands by and lets Varys get executed. Doesn't say anything.
Nope.
Just looks sad the whole fucking episode. Just stands there and he has that same sad look on his fucking face. But then again, Kit, the actor, when asked if you could sum up the season in one word, how would you describe it? And he says with a straight face, disappointment. So we know what these actors feel about. I mean, there are reels out there showing how the actors actually feel about this season.
Yeah. And wow, they were right. And they were trying to warn us. And at first, when I heard that, I thought, okay, well, it's Game of Thrones. We expect probably some deaths. That's what I thought they were referring to. But no, they were referring to this being very disappointing. Of course,
they were referring to suck, Gary.
Yeah, big time. All right, I'm going to try to get in a couple of super chats here. I'm on a different screen. So Old Man Glass is coming out here. Laws, $2. Garbage. Simply one word, garbage. Thank you. And correct, sir. Ding, ding, ding. You win. The no prize. Peter Davison, Australian, $5. I'll place my dragon on a tight leash. Yes, tight. It was, oh God, it was just, it got boring. It got boring.
God, repetition, the same old shit. No spectacle whatsoever. Nothing. I was not impressed at all. There were a few good shots, usually the wide shots that give you a sense of scale, but mostly down in the streets, just seeing fire and people screaming. It's bullshit.
And it was a bunch of tight shots. We saw the same tight shot over and over. It wasn't the same, but I mean, it looked the same, of a Lannister getting burnt with the dragon flying in the background. I saw that shot at least 4 times. And again, this was Miguel Sapochnik, who did Hardhome, who's Battle of the Bastards, who's done good stuff. It was rushed. They shouldn't have rushed it. People are going to write books on this. This is the worst collapse of a show in television history. No show will ever be as big as this show. I was sitting with a bunch of Russian grandmas talking about Game of Thrones. People who, and what really sucks, and I was talking about this on pregame, Doomcock, is the biggest show in the world was almost a fantasy. It would have been great. And now it's not so great. And HBO now has got a bit of a rep, with The Sopranos. I didn't watch it, but I know about the ending, and it was controversial to say the least. I'm not sure it was this bad. But Mr. Chuck Nasty, $10. What WTF did I just watch? At one point, almost threw my beer at the TV. Well, don't waste a beer. LOL. Why did the army just let them waltz in like that? They couldn't even get close to taking out dragon plot armor out the ass. Thank you, Mr. Chuck Nasty. It got ridiculous. And yeah, I just knew it was going to happen. I was just like, oh, she's going to turn. She's going to be evil. She's the bad guy. Great. Okay, we get to see this. A character we followed. Not everybody's loved Daenerys. I like Daenerys. I like the breaker of chains. I just find it hard to believe that, Missandei dying is the thing that turns her when so many things have happened to her. This is the same woman who let her brother get killed. And that still kept her kind after all the horrors. And this is what pushed it over. Now, I believe in the narrative. They're saying everything built up and culminated. The great Targaryen line is probably about to end, I would guess, unless they're going to let her sit the throne. Who knows? But do you care? Is there a throne left? Oh, King's
No.
Landing. How much? You know how much money it's going to cost to rebuild King's Landing?
Oh
Damn,
man,
should have kept Littlefinger. And Vari's going out like that. It's like the two best characters, Littlefinger. Yeah, I'm still really irked on how they did it, Littlefinger, and Vari's. Yeah,
yeah.
it's just, listen, there was a couple of little scenes that were nice moments, like when Tyrion, put his hand on Varys. It's like, yeah, sorry, bro, I ratted you out, but
You broke my heart, Fredo.
Broke my
This is
heart.
pathetic.
And of course, he got his letters out.
Yeah.
And you think Daenerys would be watching any ravens flying out from Dragonstone? It's like, I didn't send that. Who just sent that? Yeah, she would know.
Yeah.
Father of the Year, $2. I guess the spoilers are true. Yep, they are.
Yeah, they even understate it. Frankly, nothing can really convey the horror of how bad this fucking thing is.
No, and listen, the ones that are out there, they're like you just said, there's no context to them at all. So it's just an act that they talk about. They don't really talk about context. So there still could be a lot of surprises. I fully expect some tag on scene at the end with some supernatural thing like the Night King being reborn or something like that, which would be, oh my God, that would be the final middle finger to the fandom.
Oh yeah, just like clawing up out of the ground a new zombie, or the plant smiling at the end of Little Shop of Horrors. I mean, it's always going to be this typical, or Jason's hand breaks through the surface of the lake as he surfaces anew for Friday the 13th Part 7 or whatever. I mean,
I've got the ending of Game of Thrones, and crawling on the planet's face, some insects called the human race.
Some assholes called the writer's staff.
Yes. Lost
pulling shit out of their ass, pulling scripts out of their butts, and no meaning.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus God. We have to laugh to avoid crying at this point.
I mean, what is left next episode? We're gonna get what? Jon and Dany now?
Well, I don't want to discuss any spoilers, but yeah, there's a little bit of business left, and it'll be a bunch of mopping up shit. It'll be Daenerys probably getting some steel ball bearings and starting to click them in her right hand like Humphrey Bogart. Like I said, but the strawberries, that's where I had them. I proved beyond a shadow of a doubt with geometric logic that Jon Snow was going to betray me. So, it's going to be that shit. It's pathetic. Jesus Christ. Why would she do that? I don't buy it for a second. I mean, I could buy her actually doing a lot of damage. I could buy her doing like one thing to finish them off. I could absolutely see her maybe going and raising Cersei's castle instead of running like meticulously through the streets like some kind of goddamn Pac-Man of fire. Waka, 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 just killing everybody.
Right, exactly.
Waka, 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 and then you're going through the maze and all the wah, 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 wah. It's just pathetic. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. Yeah. So yeah. And I can hear that she said, let it be fear. I'm like, okay. She turned on a dime. I don't
just like that.
Don't buy it for a sec.
Because Jon wouldn't kiss her good.
Right?
Jon wouldn't kiss her good, and she's like, "Oh my God, okay, fine. If you want me to be your aunt, then I'll go ahead and be your aunt, Auntie Fear." It's just gonna be it was more that soap opera shit, dude. It was more that high school shit. Westeros 90210.
Well, and with those cutaways they've done all season where they're about to give some very important information and they cut away because we'll be back next week on as Planetos turns. Turbo Donk 502. So Euron and the Iron Fleet kind of forgot about AIM. Yes, because Dany kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet. So yeah, that is going to be on Dave Benioff. Dave Benioff's Tombstone. I kind of forgot that life ends. Yeah. Rick Moranis, $5. Arya's journey out of the city is the longest, hardest journey of anyone all episode. Yeah. And
the most boring, because it was just the same shit over and over again.
So we waited till the penultimate episode to see Arya escaping from a city.
Yeah. Basically.
Okay. All right. Rad Willie 1 5. Thank you, by the way, Rick Moranis, and I miss you. I hope you're in Ghostbusters 3. Rad Willie 1 $5. Most visual impressive thing ever seen on TV, music, CGI, makeup, costume, acting. 100/10 character motivations. Danny, Hound, Jamie Varys. Not so much. 0 out of 10. Rad Willie, there were some decent visuals. There were some bad ones. Like there was a couple of shots where they were overlooking soldiers running or the Unsolid, and I have a pretty decent screen, so you can just really tell it was CGI and it was done poorly. Some stuff would look great. Yeah, it was a mess though. Like this whole season's been.
Oh God, it was terrible, dude. It was awful. Even the violence got to be absolutely laughably cartoony at a certain point.
Yeah, if you put some Benny Hill music behind it, which kind of screws up everything.
Man, it was basically looking like lifted out of Spartacus. And I'm talking the first season when it was completely over the top Spartacus.
Yes. But Spartacus, I love that show. God damn, it's good. Hey, Tommelfinger, I know you're out there. Battle scene with Benny Hill music. Make it happen, baby. Scott Wemple, $5. Plot armor, Lame of Thrones. Thank you for the $5. And yeah, that's what it has turned into. In the case, the Blade Runner homage with Prince Oberyn wasn't enough. Let's do the same goddamn thing again with Sandor. Yeah, putting out his eyes.
Yeah,
that Clegane Bowl. Turbo Dunk, thank you for the 502, by the way. Clegane Bowl, folks. How'd you like that? You've been waiting 8 seasons for Clegane Bowl. There's a lot of people in bars going, bro, I want a Clegane Bowl, bro, and they didn't get it. Well, they got it.
They kind of got it. It was just shit. It was like the worst version of that you could possibly have. You know?
Sandor Clegane was my favorite character, and he reverted like Jamie reverted. Jamie reverted so badly that in the tent when Tyrion frees him, he acts like he did, and probably that was on purpose, but like, what's the point of reverting characters on a dime? You got to build up to that, guys. Listen, unsolicited advice from somebody who's never made a TV show but watched a lot of them and read thousands of comic books. Sometimes you just got to lean into your strengths and go with what's expected. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Yeah, big battle with the Night King at the end. Living versus the dead, with the stakes of life on the line. That's what you head for. If you wanted to subvert expectations, you can do it within that story.
Yeah, but don't just cheat us out of it. Don't just cheat us out of every single fucking thread that we've been looking for this whole time. I mean, it's like George R.R. Martin himself said in his video. It's like, if you've got a mystery and somebody online guesses that the butler did it, and you have laid out your plot so that, yes, all the foreshadowing and all the logic and all the buildup has been indeed for the butler to do it, then just because a few perceptive people have guessed this doesn't mean you should then abandon course and just randomly make the chambermaid have done the crime. And so, in order to appear fresh and to subvert expectations in this internet age, they've just decided to throw the plotting to the wind. Just go ahead and cut up some slips of paper with outcomes and put them in a hat and then draw them out and say, okay, haha, they never guessed that. Well, they didn't guess it because it sucks. That's why they didn't guess it. When you turn your goddamn plotting into a Mad Lib game, fuck you. You're a loser. No coffee for you. Coffee's for closers.
Damn. Well said, my friend. Well said.
God damn it. That's why they shouldn't have ever had that coffee cup there, because they didn't deserve coffee.
No, they didn't. They absolutely didn't. It just renders everything, the subverted expectation renders everything that came before it, like you said, meaningless. Meaningless.
Absolutely.
And yeah, you got to make, yeah, people will know the end. I kind of figured that they might blow up the Death Star in Star Wars. It was just on my mind, and I fully expected them to win. And they did, and wow, it was the greatest experience that I've probably had in a movie theater. But I kind of figured they would win. You know, I figured Spider-Man would eventually beat Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2. Didn't hurt my enjoyment of the end.
Right. I mean, and also, I mean, okay, so, you know, in Spider-Man 2, one of the best, in my opinion, superhero battles ever put on film, I think, was Spider-Man 2 by Sam Raimi. I thought that thing was absolutely spectacular. And you know what? Just because it's a Spider-Man show, you could have really subverted our expectations by having Ant-Man triumph. Like, suddenly Ant-Man blows up to Goliath Man and swats Doc Ock, and game over. And he says, "There you go, Spidey. Just thought I'd help you out." Oh, thanks, pal.
Yep.
That's great.
What has been done to the character of Jon Snow? He should have just died. He should have just not. They should have kept him dead. It probably would have been better for the story if they had kept him dead.
Yeah. Oh God, it would have been. It would have been. I mean, you can't get any more disappointing than this shit, Gary. They're John. Let me look.
One
here's the
episode
thing. Jon Snow died.
Yeah,
he did die. That's it. He's dead. He's dead. And this whole thing was fictional anyway. The whole thing was a big fucking lie. None of this happened because Cersei killed Daenerys and killed the dragon and killed Tyrion and all those Unsullied in that last episode. She had the drop on them. She had the scorpions right there. The dragon was grounded. I could have hit the fucking thing. And I've never worked a scorpion before, but I played a few video games. Jesus Christ. It was, they are dead, dude. None of this happened. None of it.
It's a fever dream. It's a fever dream. It has to be. There's the craziest theory out there that's not going to come true, but you know, they did set up something, but they've set up a lot of things in the show that they're not going to follow through on. That Bran can, you know, go back and have a little vision through the werewood tree and affect time in the past.
Yeah.
Ned heard him. So he could affect things. And there's like a time loop theory, which they're not going to do. And if they did, I'd scream. I can't, we got one episode left. So, so when I said after the long night, I'm like, well, you know, we're probably just going to have a bunch of our characters that we love, you know, go down south and do stupid things and die. It's kind of what happened. So
yeah.
We'll get more death, and it's supposed to be death for death's sake. And they'll probably, I don't know. Oh my God. Jedi Knight and Friends to Alita, $2. Hashtag not my Danny. Jake Nary's Targaryen. Yes. Rick Moranis, $5. This is literally because you're late and people lost their mind. Thank you. We were 8 minutes late. I was having streaming problems, folks. I had a big, your stream is bad, and I had to kick my son off the internet. So yeah, sorry.
Oh, dear.
Circle, I know he was very he gave me a little stink eye. Circle Squared, $4.99. TFD, the fuck, you're about to die, but you surprisingly healthy looking and friendly horse materializes out of thin air to take you to freedom, which was homeless Harry Strickland's horse, who they did this big deal about the gold company coming in. We've got the gold company coming in next season. And the guy talked to Cersei for a second, stood there, and the entire gold company got fried in not even 30 seconds, in a second. Done.
Yeah. God. That'll teach the Iron Bank not to extend credits. Boy, how much do the Lannisters owe now?
So one dragon could do this much damage, but two couldn't do it to. I mean, like, the dead are a fearsome force but they're mindless. They're
Yeah.
a bunch of mindless fighters. They're not smart. And I mean, you could have, oh, never mind. Just
No, I know, dude. Listen, there's no way to look at this thing that I mean, you can only turn it to a new angle and find something wrong with it. You're not going to find anything good about this episode except the farewell scene between the imp and Jamie. I mean, that was basically it. That where they spoke about that. That was a genuine moving moment in this episode. It was the only genuinely moving moment, other than, like I said, the aforementioned Tyrion touching Lord Varys's hand after selling him down the river. So it actually kind of lost a little bit of meaning since he ratted him out. And Tyrion doesn't act anything like Tyrion anymore.
no, and I feel so bad for Peter Dinklage, who one of the best actors we have in Hollywood, who was given the performance of his life. I mean, just such a memorable character and perfect from the books, like a great adaptation of Tyrion. I mean, he's a lot prettier version of Tyrion than the books, because everybody in the books is uglier, folks. Uglier and younger, a lot younger. But yeah, and he does the best with what he is given. And I totally agree that scene was good. That was a good scene. And we get a lot of crap, but just a reminder. And I know, for people who are going to watch this as a video later or anything, I love this show. I used to love this show dearly. Yeah. I was so into this show. I bought all the action figures. I bought all the 1/6 scale figures. I got multiple copies of season 1. I've got the George Bush head version and the non-George Bush head version. And I've got the 4K version, and I've got the one that's got the dragon egg. I mean, I loved this show. My ceiling is covered in Westeros maps that I have studied. I have listened and read each book multiple times. I'm constantly listening to this day, listening to my favorite chapters. And the books are still good. I don't think we're ever going to get them finished, but whatever. And you did a great video on that, by the way. So I do want to plug your video that you just did about George R. Martin. Please, for one, please subscribe to Doomcock. This is a genius YouTuber. That's why he's here. Love this guy, man. He's a good friend of mine, and I've been a fan for a long, long time. We became friends, and please subscribe to Doomcock and check out that video. It is really good, and it talks about like who's to blame, and I can't argue with any of it, to be honest with you. I can't. I've always been hesitant to blame George, but no, we got to blame George.
Well, it was like, what really capped it for me, Gary, is like finding out that in addition to the 2 novels that he had published in the interim and the 2 wildcard books, the 4 anthologies, and taking the time to live journal about the New York Jets endlessly, and to make a cameo appearance on Sharknado. Sharknado, dude. If you've got time for Sharknado, you're saying basically I would rather fuck off doing Sharknado than respect my fans and work hard and give them what they've been waiting for all these years. I mean, whether or not he actually had some kind of attitude towards Benioff and Weiss, or conspired, or had subconscious resentment, the simple fact of the matter is that if he had not fucked off for these last 8 years, we probably would not be in this situation.
Probably not. And Fire and Blood. And you brought this up too, is a history book, and he talks about how they were easier to write. I was always under the impression, maybe this is just me, that he had I forget, there's a couple other people who help him write books that assisted him write, helped with the Land of Ice and Fire. I think they run the Ice and Fire website or Westeros website, whatever. I didn't know he wrote that book. And they talked about, hey, there's some good news. Winds of Winter might be coming out soon, because George rented out the same cabin he wrote and finished Fire and Blood in. I'm like, what? He actually sat down and wrote that entire book? That's a slap. I don't want a history. I love the books. I don't want it. I don't need it. Nobody cares. And as I've said before, creativity is not this endless fountain. It's finite. You only have so much in you. And when you waste it on other things than what really makes your money. And this pays the bills, George. This pays the bills. This bought your Robbie the Robot, your nice house, Meow Wolf, the theater in Santa Fe. And of course, there's the Neil Gaiman blog, the famous Neil Gaiman blog, George R. R. Martin is not your bitch. Okay, no, he's not our bitch. But as you stated, when you set out, I'm going to write 7 books. It's a fantasy series. And if I start it and I give you money, that's kind of a contract. That is a promise that I will do my very best to complete the story. You are not doing your very best to complete the story. You do owe the fans. You do. And
that is right, dude. I mean, that was the case I laid out in my video.
Yep,
where
exactly.
I talked about, the analogy of a chef, a world famous chef who on Valentine's Day offers a 7-course meal that is basically $500 a ticket. So you take a date, you spend $1,000, you go, you get 5 courses, and then you wait. And then you wait, and then you wait, and hours go by, and suddenly your date is starting to get ruined because, you brought her here with $1,000 to try to impress her on Valentine's Day, and everything's getting ruined. And you go back to the kitchen, and you find the chef is fucking off watching a New York Jets game and cooking tacos for his food truck down the corner. And, I am sorry. And some of the diners will say, no, he's a great artist. He is a world famous chef. Fuck you. We hired him to do a thing for us. And if you're writing for your trunk, if you're painting for your own pleasure, your own joy, your own house or your attic, then you are the god of your trunk. You are the god of your attic. But when you do a blockbuster and you promise people who are going to invest a chunk of their lives and their money in following your vision, you are going to do your damnedest to deliver on that vision. And the fact that he didn't is why I think Benioff and Weiss, now, God knows they fucked it up. I mean, any decent writer worth their salt could have fixed these problems and should have seen them coming. But at least if he had finished this stuff, then they would have had to stick more to his dialogue, just like they did in seasons 1 through 4 when it was great.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right, I'm going to try to get through some super chats here, and we'll kind of bounce back and forth, okay? Tech guy, plot armor, Jamie stabbed 2 times and walk it off. Put some Robitussin on it. Tech guy, $2. Thank you very much. Good to see you, my friend. Rogue Pilot, $5. I guess Danny turned off the aimbot as well. And wall hacks for the Scorpions. She did. She found, she's able to do that. She's a hell of a gamer, that one. Mr. Chuck Nasty, wow, 3.2, probably more. Lick that like button. Yeah, don't forget to lick that button, everybody. That's what we say over here. Hit the like button, or as Jeremy says, hit the melee button. Please do. We really appreciate it. It helps videos. We currently have a hell of a lot of people watching. So thank you. Welcome, everybody. Again, apologies. The show that we all loved is not good anymore. And welcome to those of you who have accepted that. Acceptance is a bitter, bitter pill that I don't like. I don't like either. I want to be talking about good games of Game of Thrones. But as I said in my pre-Game of Thrones, Doomcock, I'm going to put on my Nerdstradamus hat here. And I predict a Screen Rant article. Screen Rant. I'm going to say it's Screen Rant. 1 year from now, it's going to say, Game of Thrones prequel, not to make the same mistakes as its predecessor, says HBO. You will see that in 1 year.
And I will not believe it. And when I see that article, I'm going to piss all over it.
Yes.
Like a dog with a bladder control problem.
Joel Tamburo for $5. I guess concepts like paying off character arcs and also somewhat logical behavior are out the window with Game of Thrones. This felt like a bad video game. Yeah, it looked like one too at some points. Now, again, I will say there were some good shots, no doubt. They put tons of money in this. And we're going to sound like ungrateful fans. Well, I'm going to say you guys are kind of ungrateful creators by rushing this and not giving what so many fans have given you so much money for. You have profited heavily off this show. It is a cottage industry by itself. It is the only reason you're still around as a network, HBO, as all the other cable networks are about dying like stars. HBO has made, or Game of Thrones has made you a player in the streaming wars. Not for long. Not for long.
I don't understand this shit. Ungrateful fans?
I'm fan expectations, ungrateful fans. I'm seeing articles left and right about this.
And why the fuck are we supposed to be grateful? Why the fuck? Why? Because we're fucking peasants or something? I mean, that we're lucky to get anything? I mean, God damn it. We are the customers. We are consumers. It used to be in a capitalist society that the customer was always right. Remember that axiom? I didn't go to fucking business school, but I do know that much. And
I ran a business.
I have a right to bitch about a substandard product, especially after all these fucking years.
You invested time, you invested money, and time is much more valuable. We can get money back. We can't get our time back. There was a promise that we would be given something, and now I'm hearing different things on who was responsible for this. Now I heard today in my pregame show that kind of confirmed. I got an email, okay, that I'm kind of sitting on until after the show's done because I want to see everything play out. That gave me a little inside dish. I will give you a preview of that it was possibly Dan and Dave's decision to cut this thing short. HBO possibly wanted more and was willing to pay for more. I can't confirm this at all. I would like to very much, and I'm going to look into it, but this is something they'll probably never admit, but maybe should at this point. Just going, we made some mistakes on this one because you want people to watch a prequel, and prequels and spinoffs generally don't do well anyway, no matter what. This isn't Frasier this isn't Cheers we're dealing with here. This is Game of Thrones. So I don't know, but it sounds like it was a D&D decision and not, I don't know. It sounds to me though, that if HBO really wanted 10 episode seasons, they would have done it. What people is Danny going to rule over now? The toasted ones, Zuma for $2. Hey, the less people to rule. Well, no, it's the less taxes. That's not very good. And the eunuch army, they can't make more people. It's tough. Armchair Warlord, $5. My book, The Maiden's War, is available now on Indiegogo. 5 days left on my campaign. It subverts expectations by not sucking and is in fact good. Well, good. Go check it out on Indiegogo. Thank you, Armchair Warlord. Warren Roar. What is up, Warren Roar? $4.99. We got The Mad Queen for nothing and absolute madness and no payoff and no sense at all. Absolute garbage and piss poor writing. Piss poor writing, Doomcock.
Oh, beyond piss poor. The only thing I can say that is positive in any way is this is better than Star Trek Discovery, and that's about it.
Yeah,
that's
it is
about all I can say
because it has good acting. I mean, the actors out there. No shade on you. You guys did the best with what you're given. All of you were fantastic. Thank you and sorry. And I look forward to I'm not going to do one of these. I'm not very good at the theory crafting stuff, but I guess you're doing a video on how you would end this season. I am looking forward to that if you can do it because I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I'm working on it. And
can't wait to see it. Thank you, Warren Roar, member of the Fandom Menace. Peter Davison, our good friend Peter Davison, Australian $5. Lord Dictor, did you receive a package? Please.
Who is this?
This is Peter Davison from Australia.
Oh, Peter. Yeah, dude, I've been meaning to contact you. I went by the post office box on the surface of the earth on Friday, and there was no package, sir. So I will be returning to the surface later this week, early in the week, and I will check again. But if you could give me a tracking number, I would appreciate it.
Absolutely. And Carlos, I received my package from Colombia. Thank you. Just kidding. I don't do that stuff anymore. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead. $5. Doomcock. I thought you would have freed Harvey by now. After the last episode, you are a merciful overlord, unlike Daenerys.
Yeah, I saw red. I have a headache, honestly. Before we even started this, I went into the other room and shut the door and just yelled into a microphone for 8 minutes. And just kind of tried to calm down enough to do this fucking thing. And I will be posting that later, but I just wanted to let you guys know, look, The Expanse, season 4, and Legion, season 3. So at this point, I'm clinging to those things since we've lost the MCU now. We've lost Game of Thrones. Star Trek and Star Wars are pining for the fjords. So what do we have left? Gary, what do we have left other than that? What am I forgetting?
Venture Brothers.
Well, yeah, Venture Brothers is good.
But nothing. I mean, honestly, yeah, Legion's ending. Doom Patrol's okay. I mean, it's nowhere near the show that Game of Thrones was, but if we're talking, yeah, I mean, Expanse is it. That is it. That is the best show on television. And yeah, I think Game of Thrones fans would like it a lot. It's structured.
Yeah.
Similar.
And there are a few like really nice shows that are really not getting enough attention on Amazon Prime. They have a lot of good shows. They have The Tick, and they also have a show called Patriot that I want to drop a plug for because I'm just about finished with the first season of Patriot. There's 2 seasons now. I missed it the first season, and I got to say it's a very original and strange and atmospheric spy kind of thriller thing. Really, really quirky, really cool, and it's definitely worth seeing. I give it at this point like 5 stars. I just think it's a strange and cool show.
Yes. Yeah, God. Legion's ending, Mr. Robot's ending.
Oh, Legion will be done after season 3?
Yeah, Legion's done. It's its final season. It's coming out June 24th, and can't wait for that. That's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I get I was reading a message there. All right, so we're going to be here for a while, folks. We're not going to be doing Exozone tonight, so we're going to let this thing play out as it plays out.
Yes.
Lee T, $2. I wanted the Hound's death to matter, and it just didn't. And that's where it got to me. The actual fight wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it was totally meaningless. Just there to be there.
Yeah. Crap.
Martell Leverett, right? Crap, double crap. $5. She didn't even turn last episode. She only attacked military targets before the bell. Then all of a sudden, after the bell rung, she went crazy. And they gave us no reference. I mean, she did the best visual acting she could do, but they really should have. Why the bell? Why so? So I'm going to assume that, oh, they surrender now. They had a chance to surrender before, but then they cut my friend's head off. So they surrender now. F them. Well, that's the people had nothing to do with that. And they really made a point to show her burning a bunch of kids. Oh, did you also notice that all the little kids that were without parents were all little girls? They were all little girls.
Yeah. Well, that was interesting because it's like, oh, now they're, I don't know. I kind of enjoyed that because it's almost like SJW miscalculation of tragic proportions because, oh, you know, all the SJWs are not going to be thrilled that Daenerys was a strong whammon when she's going ahead and killing weak whammon and children whammon. I mean, it's like whammon season, duck season, whammon season. It's oh dear, how sad. So I want to see all the SJWs lose their fucking minds as they try to figure out, is this show woke? Or is it not woke? Because it really woke if Cersei, which is one strong whammon, chops the head off another strong whammon of color, and then Daenerys goes and kills all the little whammons. I don't know.
I don't think
it's good.
I think Rian Johnson just got his trilogy back. Jesus Christ. It's a lose-lose situation. Jeg, $5. They just ripped off the season 2 end of Black Sails, but shittier and for a worse reason. Speaking of, just watch Black Sails. The show ruled. Ah, cool. Yeah, I need to finish it out. I liked season 1 and I was doing other things. I didn't hate it. I just got busy and stopped watching it and thought I'd go back to it later.
I never watched it, so I don't know.
JC, $10. D&D do not understand why Game of Thrones was a good show, and they do not understand the fans at all. Did anyone talk to these two before they were hired? They were totally obsessed with visuals and weak stories. I think they did. I think they were at one time possibly the right people for the job. They did very... But I mean, listen, we're all Monday morning quarterbacking, and that's our job here. So we're going to do it. maybe they weren't the best people for the job because they really didn't like the supernatural stuff, which does ramp up as the story goes on, and they really just stayed away from it, and it hurt the story. They left out some elements they should not have, like Lady Stoneheart.
Right.
And that was key. That, like, not having Lady Stoneheart in there, because we don't know how her story's playing out, but it's pretty big. It's pretty big. And it, like, man, when I was reading the books, that shocked the hell out of me. Crypto, $1.99, 10 years for this. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm laughing ruefully. Believe me. I take no goddamn pleasure in this whatsoever. I've suffered. I've suffered through these. I turned on a dime on finally it just snapped on that episode 3. And ever since, it's just been a spiral down the drain.
Yeah. Oh my God. Somebody, the best meme, as you say that, they showed the spiral, it shows the first spiral from season 1, which is all the body parts, right?
Right.
And it shows the second, or the spiral from this season, which is the flaming spiral. And then they show a toilet bowl spiral. They're all what it really meant.
That's basically it. Exactly.
Oh my God. That is hilarious. Sorry. I'm messaging you something here. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to get back to the super chats here. It's a two-man show here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to YouTube. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead. Good thing they killed the Night King quickly so they could get to Cersei. I'm sure she will be a very, very formidable villain. Oh wait. She stood and cried. Do you think Tywin would put up with that? Oh,
that was so bad, dude. It was so bad. Like, we're supposed to feel sorry for it. What the fuck do they think? It's all very good, well and good and fun to be evil until, like, things go wrong and then you cry like a bitch.
Oh, dude. And then, of course, when the bells rang for surrender, were they trying to play the Lannister tune there? Were they trying to play "And so we spoke, and so we spoke"? God, the Reigns of Castamere.
I don't know, dude.
It sounded like they're trying to call back to the Reigns of Castamere with the bells ringing, and Castamere with the bells ringing. And I'm like, they are not doing that. No, not in episode. And of course, they played the song afterwards, and I was like, maybe I was wrong on that one. Maybe they just bells sounded bad, but
I didn't catch it. Like I said, I was actually, the minute that the screen went black, I bolted from my throne and I grabbed my little recorder and I just ran somewhere and shut the door and just started yelling for about like 9 minutes. I'm just going to post that raw. I'm just going to post it raw. I don't even know really what I said. And I got lightheaded. But so I don't know what they played, dude. I didn't hear it. And I didn't see any of the preview. I didn't see what happened on the preview because I didn't see it.
Oh, the preview said it just showed Jon walking up looking concerned and Tyrion walking up somewhere looking concerned and Arya looking concerned and did I miss anything, folks? And a burned up King's Landing with some music going and that's like it's done, and then it just ended. It was and they're all
to be impressed.
I'm like, no exozone. What are you supposed to do to get to sleep? I'll Grand Inquisitor. We'll do a private hangout.
I wish we could, but I mean, I think we're gonna be here.
No, we're gonna be here for a while. We're definitely gonna be here for a while. No exozone. What am I supposed to fall asleep to? After this, Grand Inquisitor, we'll do a hangout and I'll tell you stories. Not really. No.
Once upon a time, there was a show that went down the toilet in spirals.
Listen, Junior. Oh man. God, I don't even get me started. Bad. Don't get me started on that. Okay. Chaos 7, season 8. Season 8, episode 5, but it looked cool, right? And what WTF was that horse? Any horse would get the F out of there. It would be long gone. Yes, there was no horse who would be hanging around, especially after it just got blown up, because that was Harry Strickland's horse. So it got blown off by Daenerys when when the Dragonfire completely melted the castle wall. Now, Dragonfire can do that. It takes a second, though.
Yeah.
Aegon Targaryen did that to Harrenhal. He completely melted the castle and ended the Heron line. Oh, that was such a great scene. Well, talking about it in World of Ice and Fire.
Yeah, you know, what is the point of destroying King's Landing if you really don't pull back far enough for us to actually see the damage? I mean, the whole point of an epic scale is to show us the whole goddamn thing. And when you just show people fleeing in the streets and vast, very brief flashes of the dragon flying overhead, it is a joke. And you just hear boom de boom. That was basic. It was lame, dude. It was boring.
Especially, I mean, this was the penultimate episode of Game of Thrones. This kind of battle at the end of season 7 with a long buildup, like I said, yeah, sure, great. With 10 episodes with Daenerys slowly turning over 10 episodes, totally would buy into that. Prior to the Night King, by the way. Well, that would be a cool story where she turns, gets dark, and then she has to she swings back to old Daenerys when fighting the Night King and then dies or something like that. That would suck. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Let's do it this way.
Why couldn't we have anything really personal with Cersei? Why didn't we have any scene with the satisfaction of Daenerys getting to kill Cersei or sentence her to death, Dracarys her ass? It was so impersonal. It was so boring. It was so pointless. I didn't love seeing Clyburn's head burst like a fucking melon. I was so sick of that weasel.
Oh, God. And it just ended it like that. That was so Clegane was still in there a little bit.
He lets Cersei stroll by him. Cersei, there's the mountain and there is the Hound. And she's basically between them. And she pulls a Seinfeld and basically says, well, good luck with all that. And just walks past them. And the Hound doesn't even look at her. What the fuck? Why wouldn't the Hound just stab him?
We said goodbye to some characters tonight and I felt nothing.
Oh God, nothing. No, I haven't felt anything in the last few episodes. I haven't felt a goddamn thing.
The only feeling I had was loss when I saw Jon Snow after Grey Worm started killing the Lannister soldiers after they surrendered, and seeing Jon Snow powerless. I'm just like, he is the viewer right now. Like, this show is going to shit. We're like, what? Stop. Everybody stop. Whoa. What's going on here? There's a hashtag out there that's going to gain so much tonight, which is remake Game of Thrones remake season 8, which they'll never ever do. But I think if you put that out there and that thing trends, as a matter of fact, I'm going to take a look what's trending. Oh my God. It's probably got, oh my God, this is the greatest episode ever. Freaking Twitter.
What is it? Remake Game of Thrones season 8?
It's hashtag remake Game of Thrones season 8. I saw it. So people were popping it in. Yeah. So what's trending? Game of Thrones, Dany, Cersei, Arya, and some basketball stuff and sports ball. Daenerys, Tyrion, Jaime. And how could Jaime trend twice? Oh, they spelled it wrong. Okay. They spelled it wrong. So his misspelled name is trending. Oh, that's great. Freaking Merca. Remake season 8. Okay, is that what it is? Thank you. Jesus Christ. That's funny as hell. I got to screen cap that, baby. That is funny. Okay, let's get back to some super chats here. My expectations were subverted. Game of Thrones is a dumpster fire. $25 from Dakota Stanton. Where have you been, my friend? Oh, I miss you, buddy. I miss you. That's one of God. He's been with probably both of us for the longest time, but
yes.
Dakota's a good kid. He's a good kid, man. Miss you. Hope everything is going great in your life. Sorry about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
El Presidente. I want a spinoff where Tormund and Ghost team up, go south, get a liaison with the Gold Cloaks, and solve crimes in and around King's Landing. Could be called, I don't know, Due South. I would watch the shit out of that show. Get the producers of CSI.
Exactly.
And
actually, no, not CSI. I'd like it to be more like, the streets of San Francisco or something, like a really kind of 70s like thing, where Tormund grows like, mutton chop sideburns and, has sunglasses. It'd be like down, 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 down,
the streets of King's Landing. The streets of King's Landing.
Oh, well, there aren't any, but otherwise, that's a good idea.
That is a great idea. Somebody please make that video. Tormund and that's the only good thing this show has given us, is it let them walk away before the show, like, really. We keep saying that every episode, though. It just gets worse. I'm not going to say, could it get any worse? Because next week it gets worse. Lucas Heil, $2. There is no way George Martin is okay with this. No. George R.R. Martin I predict Winds of Winter will be announced in the next couple months. I bet you he's like, God damn it, right in the hell out of it right now. Boy,
it was a little too late, I think.
Reckoning.
Yeah,
we are at a reckoning. You kick the can down the road. This is what happens. Nicholas Horton, $5. What's up, Nicholas? Love it when yourself and Doomcock rips the episode apart in your episode reviews. And the thing is, we don't go, okay, let's rip the episode apart and we talk about it. No, this is visceral. This is raw emotion. I mean, you think wouldn't we rather have like a good ending to the show that we've been following for 8 fucking years? Look, before now, I never even did any reviews. I mean, my love of Game of Thrones preceded my channel, which I really founded to bitch about Star Trek Discovery and what it was doing to Star Trek and then, the Last Jedi and stuff. And, I mean, I've just been enjoying Game of Thrones. Now, these last few seasons have had its ups and downs, but nothing to anger me to the point where I felt like I had to get on the air and rant about it. And in fact, I was pretty forgiving. It's like, oh, yes, well, it's very stupid. Gendry running to the wall, that whole thing. I talk about that in my video where I say, look, all you had to do, instead of having Gendry run back to the wall and get a hold of a raven and send a raven to Dragonstone, then Daenerys says, oh, look, a raven, and catch it, and then go ahead and read the message and then get on the dragons and then fly and rescue them. You could have just had a scene where Daenerys is looking out over the water saying, I think I've made a terrible mistake. I should never have let them go. And then when they're in trouble, she shows up just like Han Solo at the end of Star Wars, where it's, okay, kid, let's blow this thing and go home. And we would have accepted it because we saw just a little bit of inkling of concern on her part that foreshadowed it and made it make sense, instead of having this nonsensical kind of Concorde air travel around Westeros. Yeah, and that's great. That actually sounds, I would have bought that. And for them to come up with, I mean, that's bad fan fiction, not even good fan fiction. That's bad fan fiction to have I mean, it's ridiculous.
It is, absolutely.
So, I mean, I hope people realize with just what Doomcock said, we are not going to get a good final episode. They're not going to wrap it all up. It's going to be slapdash and like, oh, somebody's going to be sitting on an iron throne over ashes. And are they going to come back? Well, we really want to show that war is bad.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Well, then don't make a war show, asshole. Don't preach to us about the horrors of war and then, make money selling us that gore and sex and everything else, and then get holier than thou at the end. Fuck you.
Yeah. Nobody reads fantasy to hear, well, we're not going to put any magic and we're just going to have people sitting around rooms and we're going to have nothing matter. Wow. Yeah. That sounds great. Aaron Thomas, Canadian $10. There was a deal in place with HBO and content owner. The ending was written 3 years ago, and this was part of the deal between the show and content owner. We'll explain more next Sunday. Aaron Thomas, thank you very much. I appreciate by the way, 10 Canadian pesos. It's what we say around here now. Thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing more. Content owner, I'm assuming, is Jorge.
Perhaps.
That is interesting. And well, they said 3 years ago with Arya, so that would go with what you're saying there, Aaron. So yeah, and
well, that'll be interesting. I can't imagine that this would have been a well-considered plot line. You know, I can't believe that they didn't just like swerve once people were like making predictions and decide to, because I mean, that's why George R.R. Martin said that, I think. I mean, I think George would know, and you know, that he would say that tends to make me believe that he's accusing them of that, essentially.
Yeah, he's been like letting little things out. Like I put it in my last video where he said, well, Bronn really shouldn't be in the show that much, but he's a very popular character. He has a high Q rating. So he is telling us that they made some character decisions, not based on mine. They based it on Q rating, which is, yes, it's TV, but you still, with a show like this, Game of Thrones didn't need to worry about Q rating. It really didn't. It could have done, well, look at this. It did anything, and it's trending completely on Twitter right now, except for one. And a misspelling of a name is trending. They could have done anything. They didn't need to worry about Q rating. Mr. Chuck Nasty, $5. How can we keep the budget down? Reuse shots, HBO. Good idea, right? The Archer. Oh, the Archers. Dave Corbin, $5. Way too many dramatic stares in this episode. Yeah, right. There's lots of very concerned looking people. Slowed down. So much slowed down, and it's like, oh, we're slowing down again.
I know the way that they were all staring out. It was like a goddamn coffee commercial from the 70s or something. Like Folgers, or an Old Spice commercial. Women have always waited for their men to come back from the sea. Doo, 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 doo. It's just pathetic.
Best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. I just it's
Folgers in your cup.
My God, the thing just jumped on me. Sorry. Give me.
Oh yeah, that happens. Stuff is probably jumping. How many people we got here right now, Gary?
Last time I checked, it was 11,000. It might be up or down. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's gonna be a minute. 12,000. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's the way it is. I'm just glad that people are finding us and learning about our channels. Please subscribe to both of us. Please subscribe to Nerderotic and please subscribe to Overlord DVD on my channel, youtube.com/Overlord DVD. Subscribe to us both. We are both worthy.
You can in the description of this live stream, you can click on the link. It's right in there.
Thank you, sir.
Of course.
Very kind of you.
Oh my God. I've just got to go up here. So folks, I'm going to try to get through as many. I'm going to try to get through all of these, but this is the most insane amount of super chats. So yeah, we'll just be here a while. It's okay.
That's all right. We
Mother's Day.
we've stopped, but normally, guys, I would like to say also on Sunday nights we do the Exo Zone, where we kind of while away the time discussing paranormal topics and just kind of goofing on things like Sasquatch and ancient aliens and just for entertainment values. So check us out. Once Game of Thrones leaves you feeling bereft and barren, you can join us every Sunday night.
Absolutely. And if I make a mistake and miss one, which I've caught up now, and I don't think I will, it will be made up for twice. I will shout you out on Monday and on Wednesday. Now I do 3 live streams a week, Monday, Wednesday, the Nerderotic Nooner, Friday Night Tights. Let's get back to the show. Mr. Chuck Nasty, thank you again for the super chat. Dave Corbin, thank you again for the super chat. Psycho Dwarf, $2. I'm actually glad I worked through this. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And again, to all those people who said, why are you wasting your time in this show? It's going nowhere. I hate saying this. You're right.
Right. They were right. They were right. I thought that, it's just the standard internet negativity. I thought it was cynicism. I was very forgiving of this goddamn thing, more than I should have been. More than I should have been. So all of you that are right to laugh at us and mock us and poke us with pointy sticks. Mea culpa. We bet on the wrong horse, and we acknowledge that entirely.
We did. Richard Wetfuss, I haven't gotten your super chats yet. I haven't missed them. I haven't gotten to them yet. I saw you see that, and every time I check back, what's Danny going to go over now? I got to look.
But you know what I would say, Gary? I would say the old adage: "'Tis better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all."
Yes.
That's the thing. Is they accuse us, or certainly they accuse me, Doomcock, of being a hater. But would a hater constantly be watching these things, hoping against hope for something like an Orville? Hoping against hope for something like The Expanse. And when those things come out, I'll fight like hell to save them.
Yep.
And that is love. Star Trek Discovery, yes, I hate that thing more than I hate anything else in the pop culture universe. But it's because of my great love for Star Trek and Star Trek The Next Generation and everything that they are defiling. And so it is not wrong for us to keep the flame of hope alive in our hearts. It is not wrong of us to love something, even if it may betray us and ultimately turn out to be hollow and a fucking slattern. It is not wrong to love.
Absolutely not. And listen, we wouldn't have gotten something like a Battlestar Galactica, which I loved. I'm going to sit, this isn't going to turn me on television shows. I'm going to still buy into stuff. I still love stories like this. I'm going to watch the Lord of the Rings series on Amazon. And yeah, if it sucks, I'll stop watching it. But yeah, those who try the most fail the most. And I've failed a lot. Doesn't mean I stop trying things. So yeah, you know what? About half the time shows are going to suck and they're not going to land the ending. But the great thing about this country is we could go on the internet and bitch about it. So here we go. Michael McGraw, I wanted to battle, not senseless carnage. They were better off with the Night King. They were. I even tweeted that I miss him.
Oh, I know it, man. I know it. And it's like, dude, 7 minutes. We got a lousy 7 minutes for that supposed epic battle for King's Landing. It lasted 7 minutes until the bell rang, and then the rest of it was simple massacre. Simple massacre, and devoid of even being shot imaginatively or with spectacle, just shot from the point of view of people on the streets. And when you shoot that, it's not spectacle. It's just sad and boring.
Yeah,
boring.
And that's what you said on your tweet. You're just like, something to the effect that I was bored. And I'm saying, yeah, I kind of nap through that one. It just, nothing happened. Nothing. Arya, the faceless assassin, ran. Okay. Yeah. Thank you again, Michael. Blasted Heath, thank you for the $2. No question, but I appreciate the donation. It's good to see you, my friend. 333 Omega, $5. All the strong female characters lost their shit and broke down. Will feminists be pissed? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. The Mary Sue doesn't cover Game of Thrones anymore because of season 5 and the whole Ramsay Sansa thing at the end. Yeah. It was bad storytelling.
Are they packing their outrage and going home?
Yeah. But the rest will. And we got those articles about Missandei that I predicted last week. So yeah, we're going to get a lot more. Everybody's going to be turning on this show. Jalen Simon, $1.99. Golden Company would have won if they had elephants. No elephants. Did you see? There's great memes on that, on Qyburn working on the mechanical elephants, and he's like building a tank for Cersei.
Too late, pal.
Too late. The thing that should not be $5. Look up the clip of Emily Clark laughing at the ending of Game of Thrones. It makes sense now. It does.
Oh yeah.
It really, really, really does. And also look at the clip of the kid who plays Bran, Isaac Hempston, right? They asked him to do facial expressions about the ending, and it really makes sense now. Cynical Lindsay, she's so cynical, that Lindsay. $4.99. but she's smart. The only good to come out of this season is seeing SJW spurg out over Danny going Mad Queen. Other than that, it was hot. This was hot garbage. D&D should be ashamed. They're really ashamed. I'm so ashamed. Counting. What was that in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back when Gus Van Zant's doing the sequel to Good Will Hunting? So quiet, Ben. I'm counting right now. Counting his money. That's Dan and Dave right now. Thomas Coulter for $2. I love this episode personally. A 4.6 out of 5. Hey, that's fine. That's totally cool. Nothing personal against anybody who likes the show or likes the episode. We just disagree. I would give it a 1 out of 5, and that's just because of the Tyrion Jamie scene, which was fantastic, and 2 brilliant actors. Honestly, that's what Dan and Dave were good at adapting, and that was a Dan and Dave scene, and it was Peter Dinklage who sold it. So there you go.
Well, Louise, but don't forget that he's dead. He died in the last episode when Cersei filled him with arrows.
Oh, that's right.
Braun to kill him, paid Braun to kill him. He was right there. All of them were there. All of them died because Cersei does not exercise mercy. So I don't know. All this was theoretical. It was fan fiction. Look, they died, dude. That's my opinion.
I'm really glad they didn't show Braun and the Hound and Tormund fighting zombies back to back in King's Landing. That was so expected. I'm so glad they subverted that, because that would have been just so basic.
Yeah.
Louise Raphael for $10 with an R. Beside everyone could get inside the city before the war that easy, and the Scorpions doing nothing. It was fine for the new Game of Thrones parameters, and Dany's vision was about ashes, not snow. I knew it all along. A lot of people did predict in Dany's vision that was ashes and not snow. So Luis, you were spot on. You were spot on.
Yeah.
But I remember a lot of people talking about that at the time, and it made sense because it looked like ashes. Warrior Monk for $4.99. Hail Neurotic Doomcock goes crazy after conquering the world, and Neurotic must betray him and save us all. Hashtag not my Danny. Jakelin Targaryen.
I'll be watching for that. I'll be ready for that.
I would never betray you. Never.
I know. No. Oh, Gary. That is why you are still allowed to live.
I just want to be the king of San Francisco.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. You're gonna clean up that city. You gotta degentrify it, make it funky again.
I'm gonna kick out all the white people, clean off the poop of the streets, and pots for free, everybody. Free Wi-Fi and pot for everybody. And I don't even.
I'm gonna be disappointed if you don't mandate people wear their underwear outside their clothes. Like Woody Allen in Bananas.
The only drawback is no hippies. They're done here. Their time is done. They all got to go to Portland. CF, $2. The Iron Fleet kind of forgot how to shoot dragons. CF. Jonathan Hurst, $1.99. Hashtag disappointed. Off to rewatch Lord of the Rings. Smart move. Cleanse the palate with, watch the Battle of Helm's Deep.
Oh man, God, boy, that is like a master class compared to this shit. The amount of money that HBO gave these clowns, where did it go? Did it go in Benioff and Weiss's pockets or something? What the hell happened?
Okay.
Because it sure as hell wasn't on the screen.
I think this is just me theorizing here. The HBO is part of Warner Brothers that was being bought out by AT&T during the filming of this. And yeah, I'm thinking they got a little cheap at the end, because the quality, go back and watch Hard Home. That was a tight episode, well-directed episode.
Epic. Yes.
And same director. And, oh my God.
I think they punked out. Look, here's the thing. The bigger the battle, the greater it's going to take a director to really capture that magnificence, that epic feel. And these people, both the directors of episode 3 Well, 4 and 5. I mean, 5 and 3 basically. They crapped out. They copped out. They just basically did coverage, and they go ahead and turn it over to an editor who throws it into a flatbed Cuisinart and just mixes it all up, and done. I'm not kidding, man. It's like look at the truck scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark for a crafted scene that was shot with like a second unit team, but Spielberg had detailed it so perfectly in the storyboards that it's coherent. Look at Hitchcock, the way that he would storyboard everything that he did.
Shot completely off storyboard, which are comics, by the way. And
that's right.
Yeah, and God, that truck scene. So you watched that making of Raiders of the Lost Ark that was on PBS, like way back in the day. In your
sure.
layer, yes. You know, I'm thinking of the Battle of Helm's Deep, and I'm thinking of my favorite speech, and I had to pull it up. Sorry, forgive me for this, but where now are the horse and the rider? Where is the horn that was blowing? Where is the helm and the hauberk? I suck at this. And the bright hair flowing. Where is the harp on the harpster and the red fire glowing? Where is the spring and the harvest and the tall corn growing? They have all passed like rain on the mountain, like a wind in the meadow. The days have gone down in the west behind the hills into shadow. Who shall gather the smoke of the deadwood burning, or behold the flowing years from the sea returning? I love you, J.R.
Nice.
I love you. And you know, Theoden does a version of that speech in Helm's Deep. It is so, you know, how has it come to this? That's what I ask with the show. How the hell could this happen? I can't believe it feels like we've slipped into an alternate dimension at some point where Star Trek has gone to hell. Star Wars has gone to hell. Twilight Zone sucks.
Oh God.
Doctor Who is a girl. You know, it's what I'm in bizarro dimension.
Yeah. It's a goddamn disgrace, dude.
It really is.
It is. And so many wonderful franchises, all our precious you know, cultural heritage, our common mythologies are just being ground up and repackaged because, you know, the studios and the corporations can't make money off of our old mythology. And so they're trying to repackage it and spin it, in the process destroying what came before. And that is why we have to keep fighting to preserve these stories that are so central to our lives that they're essentially like modern myths.
They are our modern myths, 100%. They are our mythology, and it is important. And it doesn't mean going forward we can't, you know, move forward with our storytelling. But what's happening is the changing of history, taking things out of stories. I mean, taking things out of Mark Twain books, even though they are very dated, they need to stay in there. We have Microsoft Word is going to start suggesting politically correct words now. It's a weird time we live in. It's a very weird time. Good thing I don't use Word. But let's go back up here to Fixie Clary for $5. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for being here. This does not happen. It's a we. Doomcock and I are our subscribers. We are you, the viewers. We are simply fans, just like you. And this is fandom. So if anybody, you know, hey, it might be too much for some people, and I understand why some people check out. This is fandom. This is no different than a conversation. If Doomcock was in my old comic shop, we'd be having the same conversation with about 5 or 6 people there.
Yes.
And it's no different.
Absolutely.
It's been going on for years.
I wish I'd have been there. It would have been fun.
That would have been brilliant. Oh my God. DJ M Voices. Apparently Arya is just really gullible. You're right, Melisandre. I guess I'll go kill the Night King. You're right, the Hound. I guess I won't kill Cersei. That DJ M Voices, that's true. Peter Ruan for £2. Pointless, meaningless death after meaningless death. Yep. It really is. Thank you for the £2. Dakota Stanton, our good friend, $10. I get that GRRM hates war, and that this is an anti-war story. But WTF, the only main character I like is Sansa, and that is saying something because I really don't like Sansa. She's written better now, as later in the books. She's performed better now, although I don't know. They tried to make her another Littlefinger, and I'm just not getting that. But apparently that's what they're going for.
I think she wants to be a nurse now.
A nurse? Okay.
At the end of the episode, I feel like she wanted to basically be a nurse. I don't know what the fuck, but yeah. Just looking at Clegane's, burn marks, I guess changed her life. She never noticed it before. Hey, you are kind of burned up, aren't you?
Dr. Stark, medicine woman. Fake name Rodriguez, $2. All hail Bran, the king of comedy. Klein Dropper, $5. I can only imagine what was going through Drogon's mind. More fire, you crazy beach. Oh, well, okay. Yeah. Poor guy's gonna need a drink of water after that. Peter Ruan, £2. I think I'm angrier than the end of Lost. What about you, Doomcock? Is this worse than Lost?
No. I was furious at the end of Lost beyond all ability to articulate. Now at that time I didn't have YouTube. If I had, I would have burned the fucking house down. Listen, straight up. I am not given to hyperbole, but I absolutely believe that no one on this earth hates Lost more than I do. I say that many times before, and my reasoning is, if you hated Lost any more than I do, even a modicum, even just a fraction more, you would spontaneously combust with the power of your hate. So I hate Lost as much as any living human being can and still go on breathing. That fucking shit. After all those years, all those crackpot happenings that had nothing, meaningless. It was a con game, start to finish. They had no fucking reason or expectation of any kind of resolution. Nothing. It was all a lie, straight up. And that is why Lindelof going on doing Watchmen. My blood boiled. We saw more of the Watchmen shit than I think we've ever seen. And that shit really, boy, I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it, but if I do watch it, it's going to be savage.
Yep.
I try not to watch anything by Coos, anything by Lindelof. Anyone associated with Lost is dead to me. But, now I've got this channel, so now I feel like I'm obliged. But Watchmen is the greatest fucking graphic novel ever written. And that asshole, that hack, is going to be chopping away at it. Jesus. I don't know whether I don't know.
I watched the trailer and he already got it wrong. Just in the trailer. I'm like, God. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Did you read The Watchmen before you decided to...
He's such a fucking liar. He went on there and said he's such a fan. I read like a 2-page big letter that he wrote to the fans. Oh, I'm one of you and I love Watchmen. Bullshit. Look at that crap. Oh God. It's a degradation of the material that poor Alan Moore.
Yeah.
He hated even the movie, and the movie was fairly respectful, even though it completely undermined its reason for existing by circumventing the whole Space Squid storyline, which I think if you can't do the Space Squid, you can't do Watchmen. Okay. But okay, fine. Otherwise it was pretty respectful and pretty well done. One of the best things Zack Snyder's done, frankly.
Yep, I agree with that. I actually do like that movie. I found myself wishing Danny just burnt everything down. Didn't care for people at all because it was forced as hell. Says Yuri Fedoruk. 5 rubles. Thank you very much. Yeah, I just didn't care. I was just like, okay, maybe I was just waiting to talk to you people at this point. About 5 minutes into that battle, her first attack, I was like, can this be over now? I know how everything's going to end, and this is terrible. The thing that should not be $10. Gary, play the Game of Thrones aloud and then sing wah, 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 la, 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 wah, 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 and so on. That is literally the best summary of what the series has become. Wah, 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 wah. Boring. 6 turning, 4 burning. By the way, thank you. The thing that should not be for $10. 6 turning, 4 burning, $2. So will John kill Danny and rule over Rubble? It certainly looks like we're heading towards a confrontation between Danny and John. I wonder what's going to happen. I will be so surprised.
Who can say?
Ludwig von Beefhoven, Beefhoven for $6 or 6.99 pesos, Canadian pesos. Drogon was a shield, has a shield like the Star Trek Enterprise. He does. Yes, he does. Drogon, your shields are only at 30%. Tried shoving a wiener in the warp drive, but it didn't do a bit good. By the by, would you have a wee bit of mustard up there on the bridge, Mr. Snot?
That's right. Scotty was in Drogon's ass saying, Captain, can you ease up on the fire? We're running out. We're running out of coal down here. It's just terrible.
I need 3 more hours. You got 30 minutes. Orbital 1970 goat for $2. The North remembers D&D destroying the show. Yes. Well, I guess the North kind of forgot. That's what that should be. The North kind of forgot. It's going to live with him for the rest of his life. Zane E. You know, you can't choose your legacy, folks. Legacy life just does that for you. Zane E. $5. They took 2 years to make this flaming bag of dog crap left on the porch, and to make it worse, the guy did it on the wrong day. He did it on October 30th, not October 31st. He even blew that. Christopher Layton.
What a bastard. It's true. They left a flaming bag of dog poop on all of our doorsteps. And then what they do? They got rid of the dog. Now that's the unkindest cut of all.
The final cut. Christopher Layton, $12. Does anyone actually care who wins the Game of Thrones now? I don't give a burp anymore. No, I didn't give a crap since the long night. I was like, after that, I was like,
I was done.
Yeah.
It's dead to me. I mean, people misinterpreted that I was not going to honor my promise and obligation to review this with you. And then they tried to say I was a fraud and a liar. No, it's just that I'm done with this show. I don't give a shit about it anymore. And I'm never going to watch it again after we're done here. So no DVDs for me, no, binging, nothing. It's dead.
No,
it's dead to me.
That was simply a misinterpreted statement. That's it. No, it's being dead to me. And then because I'm the same way. I feel the same way. The show's dead to me. But who called you? Yeah, come on, people.
Oh yeah,
let's be reasonable. Well, I'm asking the internet to be reasonable. Should I slap myself now or later? I'll just slap myself later. I'm an idiot. Gerald Armstrong, $4.99. Night King died for this. I know. What a waste. What a waste. Well, all he would have done was walk around King's Landing and looked at stuff and like gave
the Night King let himself be put out of his misery. He knew what was coming. He can warg too, you know.
That's why he smiled. He's all, oh, you're so screwed.
You're gonna miss me, bitches.
Yep. Dakota Stanton, $10. They made the Northerners who protected King's Landing and Robert's Rebellion from the Lannisters from raping and pillaging they were raping and pillaging. Yeah, they really, I'm glad we got that scene. John saved a girl from being R to the A to the P to the E to the D. But we can't get any background on the Night King. We can't get any character development, but all the little girls were abandoned in King's Landing. The boys, who cares about the boys?
Oh yeah. Who cares about a roast, right? Fuck the boys.
Theocrat of Poontang.
The Theocrat of Poontang. Quite right, Lee. The Theocrat of Poontang.
Quite right. $2. The show is wallowing in nihilism. It really was. That was the first word that crossed across my drug-addled brain. The Theocrat of Poontang was nihilism. It totally reeked of nihilism. No one to root for. I know. Postmodern fantasy storytelling, it's just so deep, and we can talk about it at our art houses because nihilism, because nothing matters, subversion. Where's my beret? Nicholas Glenn, $4.99. What did I just watch? She just lost her shite. John was brought back not to kill the Night King, but to either kill her or sit on the Iron Throne, I guess. Well, he was, yeah. Maybe. I wonder what's going to happen. Christy Miller, $5. So frustrated, even though I knew the spoilers. I broke my fucking remote from throwing it at the wall. Congrats on 9,700. I'm sorry, Christy, you broke your remote. It's not worth it. The show's not worth your remote. Congrats on 9,700 watching. Thanks for speaking truth. You are welcome. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. And I know some of you probably don't like what I'm saying or Doomcock. That's fine. Anybody from HBO? Listen, I will give free advice. I'm cheap. You buy me a BLT, I'll tell you what you could have done better.
God, yeah.
Doomcock's a little more expensive, but you might want to talk to him first. Harogoth, $2. No comment, but thank you for the donation. Harogoth, I greatly appreciate it. Fire Breathing Mama. Hey, happy Mother's Day, Fire Breathing Mama, for $2. Why would you do the last season like that? Terrible, right? Epic math time. 5 times. I could just hear you saying that. You're probably a teacher going, "It's epic math time, everybody," and your kids are going, "Jesus Christ." Thank you for the $5. They subverted my expectations this season because I expected it to be good. Mission accomplished. Damn straight. Hey, Doomcock, it's John T. Net. John T. Net is here with
Hail, John. How you doing, my friend?
500 Hong Kong dollars. Sigh. Glad the real King of the North won. This episode cringes harder than Embiid. I don't know what that is, but the spoilers were not as bad as this episode, right? I do believe you spoke to that earlier, that the spoilers did not tell us this was coming. Orbital,
it was so much worse. It was so much worse in its implementation, Gary. Yeah, I mean that's basically what I was meaning when I said that.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, agreed. Final scene will pan to Night Queen's fortress. Says Orbital 1970 Goat for $2. I could see that. That's a possibility. It would be terrible. But I could see him doing it for sure. Kyle Parrish, $10. Shame of Thrones. Ooh, that's the title of my next video. I'm Kyle Parrish, TM. You got it. That's gonna be in the review. Shay Z, $1.99. Danny is the great threat of Westeros. Trash. Shay, I agree with you. Davik Quest, $2. If only she had those damn elephants. Really? Yeah, they could have had quite a feast afterwards.
Oh man, those pachyderms would have packied it up because it wouldn't have made a goddamn bit of difference.
Nope. Nicholas Glenn from Echo Base Network. Best scene was the moment between Tyrion and Jaime. Arya, I'm guessing, is going to kill Daenerys if Jon does not. Yeah, that could happen. Nicholas Glenn, please check out Echo Base Network. Thank you for the $4.99. Washington Q Buckley, $1.99. Thanks, dudes. More Arya slow-mo is what's left, right? We're just gonna have a bunch of people going, looking at Burn King's Landing. 34 minutes did I say before the Dragon came? 34 minutes.
Yeah.
Brennan McAdams, $4.99. Arya was useless this episode. No, a whole point of her involvement was chaotic shots so she can kill Danny next episode. D&D have no creativity. Grimmy, thank you again, Brennan. Grimmy, Australian $4. This show broke my heart. Yeah, I think that's what I've had to come to terms with. Is I didn't, even though I reviewed every episode of season 7, and I didn't like most of it, but I found parts of it I liked. But my heart wasn't broken. I was thinking, well, we still got one more season. I think they'll listen to the fans. I think they'll make it right. Yes, it's 6 episodes. It'll be rushed. But I was, I'm a dumbass. I was thinking we get like 3 episodes of battling the Night King and some skirmishing at the end, and and then some. Yeah, I never expected for 1 second Jon Snow or Danny to sit on the throne. I thought there would be something else, and we got this.
Yeah, it's so painful, dude. It's so painful that I could never have imagined that it would go this bad. I would never imagine that. As bad as other episodes were or other logistical problems were, they never jumped the dragon as bad as they did on this season, start to finish.
Yep. Agreed. Okay, let's get to some. I'm gonna try to bust through these here. Louise Raphael are the news that says that George has already written the books, but agreed not to put it on sale until the series ends. True. That is a rumor. I do not know if it's true. It wouldn't make any sense to me because they've released the book prior to a season one. I don't think it would take away. I think it would just help. That makes no sense as a marketing decision. It would just be Game of Thrones everywhere unless they want to space it out. And maybe George came up with that idea. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so Ronald for $10. Watch 2 shows on HBO this week with cities burning. Chernobyl was more terrifying and more gripping than Game of Thrones. It doesn't even make sense anymore. Thank you, Nerdrotic and Doomcock, for everything. Ronald, thank you for the $10. And believe me, thank you for being here and allowing us to do this. This is very therapeutic. Rakis Wolfster for $5. Nerdrotic, have you been to the channel of the Fourth Age? Hashtag worth it. Hashtag excellent analysis. No, but I'll check it out. Yes, I've heard of it. I haven't been there. I'll check it out. No, if it's Lord of the Rings lore, oh yeah, I'll listen to that crap all day long. It's not crap, by the way, you know what I mean. Balsha Bulagic, Balsha Bulagic, $2. If John gave her the D, he would have saved everything. John just had to give up the D. It was all John's fault.
Yeah, she basically turns insane because he doesn't kiss her good. That's basically it. Doesn't kiss her with passion. Remembers probably because she's his aunt, you know.
Yeah.
Well, personally, that wouldn't stop me. She's too hot, but John has principles.
Maybe I'm weird. I think Gret's hotter, but that's me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm old Greg, $5. The Golden Company did nothing. No, they just died. Thank you for the $5. Eric M1. That build up and the effect shot showing them it was just so pointless. Everything was pointless. Eric M, $1. And I think that's going to be the spin. What was mentioned earlier was it's going to be very postmodern, show that war's bad, nothing really matters. That's the spin. It's coming. Alex, you don't understand. This is a fantasy story. Yes, I understand. It stopped being one though. Alex Grenko for $20. Hey, Gary and Doomcock, I haven't been so disappointed since the ending of Lost. D&D deserve execution by wildfire. Screaming at all the force I can master. P.S. Still mad at John for not petting his puppy Ghost. Unforgivable. John, his character has been trashed this season. Utterly trashed. A character that I loved and still love in the books. And poor Kit Harington. I do feel sorry for him. Richard Wetfuss, $5. Gary, CGI was not done badly. You just need to adjust your TV. Oh, you're right. It was my fault. I need to adjust my television set.
Yeah, I think maybe they spilled coffee on the lens. You know, I think that's basically what it was. And the empty coffee cup was the culprit. They just never cleaned their lens. You know, I think that's what it was.
Yep. Leandro Avalio for $10 of some kind. What the F did the whole arc of Daenerys trying to convince the Dothraki to sail to Westeros serve for? Maybe Dumb and Dumber, like Daenerys, kind of forgot that arc too. They did. They seriously did. Leandro, thank you very much for the $10. Nicholas Glenn, $1.99, 10,000 in the chat. Wow. Yeah, crazy. This is crazy. Thank you, Nicholas Glenn. Echo Base Network. Pagliaccio, Pagliaccio, 1976, $2. The flea bottom weenie roast sure got out of hand. Yeah, that escalated.
Oh, I know, man. I think actually, you know what? Maybe she did kill all the male children first. That's why we didn't see them. It was selective heat-seeking, wiener missiles. It just basically like took out the little boys, and then the little girls at least could run. So it's still woke. It's still woke.
Weedy roast. I just hit me right now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that escalated quickly. Braun killed a guy with a trident. This reminds me of every other Hollywood production now, which instead of writing scripts towards doing characters justice, uses a script as an excuse to make the best storyboard shots possible, if they storyboarded this at all. CF, thank you very much. And I added that if they storyboarded this at all. $10. Thank you, CF. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Daniel said Sadowinski for Canadian $5 or 5 Canadian pesos. You think Danny would still burn down King's Landing if John was okay with the incest? Also, the horse scene with Arya was stupid. Yeah, that was. Yes. What was this? I mean, I missed the symbolism of that because it really didn't fit. Possibly, some guy on the internet for $2 ASDF, Mr. Millennium for $2. My graduation next Sunday will be better. Will be a better weekend, better ending. Yes, it will. I would rather watch your graduation on your dad's home video than this. Danny Salter, $4.99. Who has the rights to Jason versus the Mountain? I got a script. By the way, Nerdotic and Dubcock, awesome. So are you, Danny. Thank you. I don't know.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know. Probably Disney. Dan Don Beneful for $5. Well, at least now we know that how the final episode ends. Arya kills John to get the face, then kills Danny. Predictable. God, they probably do something like that. Washington Q Buckley, $1.99. John stopped one woman being raped, redeemed for genocide. Oh, well, in certain people's worlds, that would, Scarlock, $20.
Yeah, basically, you know what, Gary? Him saving one woman out of all of the goddamn Westeros. It was almost like a kind of I can't make this joke. It would cause too much of a furor. Never mind. Move on.
But we saw where you're going with it. Where you're going with it.
I better shut up. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Whatever, dude. You got to think of some of the stuff that has happened on YouTube. It's probably not that bad. Bryce of Sharlock for $20. Pregnant woman with a dragon crushes pregnant woman in the basement in her own castle, killing her and her unborn child. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Thank you for the $20. Oh, thank you. Scarlock. Sorry, Scarlock. Some guy on the internet, $10. Come on, guys. I hated season 7 plus season 8. Love your stuff. But this episode was epic. I loved it. I noticed it was different director. This was everything season 8 should have been. Credit where credit is due. Some guy on the internet. I disagree. Yeah,
I disagree, dude. I respectfully so. I mean, I'm glad if you had fun, and I'm glad that you liked it. I really am. I don't want anyone to suffer. But for us, I don't feel that was a coherent sequence. It was very short. Why didn't we have more time on the actual invasion of King's Landing and see more of it, as opposed to spending, God, I don't know, half an hour of shots of the dragon killing people in the streets, unarmed citizens, with the same shots over and over again? It was completely unbalanced. It was completely anticlimactic. I think it was an extreme disappointment from start to finish, frankly.
It was. And listen, Game of Thrones is not always about battles. Some of the battles are not shown, and it's perfectly fine. Hardhome, not in the books. It's not in the books at all. And they refer to battles, and what they do is it helps build for the big ones. Now, I know everybody loves Bob, Battle of the Bastards. Honestly, I would have foregone that for a better Night King battle and battle at the end. Game of Thrones is not all about the battles at all. But if you're going to do them, you need to do them right. And again, Lord of the Rings, while it might had a little more money, but it was 2 decades ago. You could do battles. It would have taken some extra time, but I would have foregone one, worked on all the the politicky stuff in season 7. And you do some dragon fire, but mainly, I would have gone politic betrayal all the way up until the Night King shows up. So you have people just going at each other until the bitter end. And then you have these people, Daenerys going mad, Cersei's still there, like some bad characters having to fight with the people they betrayed immediately. That would have been cool, but what do I know?
No, I think you're absolutely right. They completely screwed up their priorities. They cut off and abandoned narrative threads where they should have followed them, and then they went down trails of narrative that nobody wanted them to go down to, that nobody cared about, and in the process, they completely lost all of the characters. All the characters that we care about no longer act like they used to. Jon Snow is not acting like Jon Snow. Daenerys, forget it. I mean, her whole thing was mercy, and now she's gone. Arya just has a little conversion. She gets that Watchtower magazine and just changed her mind. And oh, I don't want to be like that. What am I doing? This isn't me. She's been to paradise, but she's never been to her, Gary. It's so sad.
Bryce Brierly, $10. I read Game of Thrones book back in 1998. This is the penultimate payoff for 21 years. I'm laughing so hard that I'm coughing up blood. La 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 ha 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 ha. Oh, Bryce, thank you for the $10. And again, a guys, just some guy on the internet. Thank you for the $10. And we respectfully disagree, but it's respectful. It's all respectful. Zeb Nolan, $1.99. Were the spoilers correct? Yes. Simply yes. Def Camp and Melderon TV, $5. Let's throw 6 and 7 seasons of characters development out in 30 seconds. 6 and 7 seasons of character development out in 30 seconds. Great show, guys. Hey, thank you very much, Def Camp and Melderon TV. I appreciate it. Therion Canadian 279. Jon Snow was useless this season. Completely.
Yeah.
Jason Smoot, 10.
Or even bring him back, Gary. I just don't know what the fuck.
Well, I've heard people talk about that before. Actually, Preston Jacobs has talked about that before. And now that I've seen this, it's like, yes, he should have stayed dead.
The Lord of Light is a dick, and he brought him back just to disappoint us.
The Lord of Light is a troll. Which makes me want to worship him a little more. Jason Smoot, $10. Arya treated the damn horse better than Jon treated Ghost. Ooh, that's a great point.
Hell, Arya Clegane treated Cersei better than Jon treated the Ghost. Clegane just let Cersei just stroll on by. Yeah. All of this just walked right past him. He could have, and the mountain wasn't protecting her, guys. Do you understand? She just walks past him. He could have just taken a quick jab and ended Cersei, but no. Nope. Nah.
Why bother? Time Traveler registered trademark, Australian $2. Varys kind of forgot how to conspire. D&D, right? Yeah. And they let that comment is in the post-show interview. Like, somebody let that pass. So one of my theories is Dan and Dave have become so powerful that like the Emperor has no clothes on. Like nobody's going to tell them no or call them out on anything. They just
the actors sure did. I mean, Peter Dinklage did on that interview. Did you see that? Where he's saying, oh, so they put us in the crypt. They put all the women and children in the crypt where dead people are going to come to life. But, Dan and Dave are the best writers ever. I mean, it was,
I got to see that.
It was painful.
Peter Dinklage is, I love that guy. And, I had some guy on here all the time during my Doctor Who stuff going, he'd be a great doctor. I was like, that's funny. And now I totally agree. I think he'd be the best doctor if he brought him back. Mysticism, $10, 8 years of spectacular character development. And they completely robbed us of that this season. I don't even care who dies or how anymore. Yeah, I don't either. That's why I just went in and looked at the spoilers, the possible spoilers. I just didn't care.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to get it over with.
God, I would have never looked at those spoilers if I had given a shit.
Yep. Same here.
The fact that I did, that's what I mean. The show's dead to me.
Peter Ruan, $2 pounds. Jealous Avaris died before the bullshit. Loquacious Primate, $2. Arya had to kill Cersei, then changed her mind. She kind of forgot, Loquacious Primate. Scorpion Eagle Lesion, thank you for the $1 donation. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Scarlock, $20. Macbeth had a prophecy as well that was subverted, but it still made sense when and was even true. That's good writing versus subverting for the heck of it and the hack of it.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, thank you. PBX, $1.99. Arya had 30 minutes of airtime, did absolutely nothing, right? Oh. But you know why? Here, I'll say it right now. Whammon. It's 2019. Listen, you and I both saw what the current environment in Hollywood did to Westworld season 2.
Oh my God. It was an abomination, dude. I couldn't stand it. It was horrible.
And the reason I say that is because Lisa Joy, who wrote the season, said so. She said, yes, we made a show for a Time's Up Hollywood. So, and they rewrote the whole damn thing. They actually delayed it so they could rewrite the whole damn thing to do that. So you don't think that happened here? Just in some aspect, in some instances, not all, hashtag not all. Mr. 19, $4.99. The Beastmaster did it better. Actually, he did. They kill the evil priest and deal with the horde after. Yes, Beastmaster. Jack Random, $2. Just saw episode. Danny kills the Night King. Shake my head. Danny kills greater than. Okay, got it. Just saw the episode. Danny kills greater than Night King. Shake my head. Yeah, you're right. Danny kills were better than the Night King. I read that wrong. Thank you, Jack Random. Chris Persia, $2. 11,000 viewers. Chris Persia, thank you for the wrench. I know you're really busy right now. To my wrenches, Mark Lazarth, Chris Persia. I don't know who else is here. I haven't even seen you come across, but thank you guys. I really appreciate you. And now that I got you all here, guys, hit me up on Twitter. I need to know all your Twitter handles so we can do a mod thread. We're going to do a mod meeting once a week. Daniel, $5. I'm not expecting Ruin Johnson to show up on screen wearing jeans and a polo shirt, throws coffee on the living characters and laughs into it, laughs into the camera. Yep. Thank you, Daniel. Eugene, $2.99. Character development went up in flames like King's Landing. Thank you, Eugene, and you are correct for $2.99. Mike Howard, $1.99. Why is the anticlimactic writing so persuasive? Why is anticlimactic writing so persuasive? Because it's a gimmick to have an easy out, because they've invented the term subverting expectations, and anytime a creative can take an easy way out, they will. They're like a child. You give your child an out on anything, they take it. Scott Williams, $2. I'm a dad, so Scott Williams, $2. They didn't even spring for lube. Thank you, Scott. Hurricane Irma, $1.99. Needed more episodes for this. Forced like Anakin. Absolutely. Travis Favre, for $20, all of the plot threads of the show finally came together in season 8 to weave a giant sweater of mediocrity. I understand being written into a corner, the Marinese not, but a bit, but this was bad. Rest in peace, character development. I mean, it's kind of a lost art. It's kind of a lost art. Justin Van Volkenberg, $5. GRRM and DB Weiss are hacks, and they need to be doing Sunday movies for penny novels for the rest of their lives. It would take a while for George to finish even a penny novel now. Ken G, thank you very much for the $5, Justin. Ken G for $20. Hail, my lord. Doomcock, my inner dark side revealed in the destruction of King's Landing, the rage of Danny. Purge the non-believers. Evil will always triumph because good is dumb.
Well, that is why I am an evil supervillain as opposed to a good supervillain. I am a little too smart for that shit.
Yeah, you are. My dad is my dad. That's good. I'm really glad your dad is my dad. One of my dads.
Your dad is my dad. My dad is my dad. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Just disgusting. All of the Jamie arc destroyed. Yeah, that's just one of many. We didn't even hit that one. Randor
Oh.
Finn. Ugh. Randor Finn, $10. Tyrion, the snitch, right? What a snitch. John, the weak biatch, pathetic. But Danny going crazy was fun. Nobody really to root for now. John lost me this episode. He, what that is. And the reason behind that, what's the reason behind destroying John as a character? Well, I have theories.
I wonder.
Hmm.
Why did they kill Whitey McBeige on Star Trek Discovery brother? You know, the one guy that dies in the glass pinball scene. Well, he's the white guy that mouthed off to Mikey Spock.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Scott Wemple, $5. So we don't get the duel between John and the Night King, but we do get one between Jamie and Euron Greyjoy. Yeah, that was really great. And again, if that happens in the books, awesome. The show Euron Greyjoy is a freaking joke. Catfish Billy, $2. R.I.P. Qyburn and his scorpions. Joseph Harding, $1.99. In my opinion, best episode of the season. Not saying much though. Doomcock, what's the best episode of this season?
I guess probably the first one, because not a whole lot happens, and they don't have a whole lot of opportunity to fuck up the characters. It's just and it's not as much of like a prom thing, like Westeros 90210. It was more kind of setting the scene for what was to come. So I'd have to say the first episode. Otherwise, but they're all horrible. I mean, how do that's like saying what tastes better, shit or arsenic? Well, one won't kill you, but you don't really. Yeah, it's not, neither one is palatable.
Nope.
What do you think?
I would say the first one, my favorite scene is, even though it's like super forced, is Brianna Tarth getting knighted. I like that. It was, totally basic, but I loved it. And I hope she rebounds with Tormund. I hope they're going at it and Ghost is like at the bottom of the bed eating on a chew toy or a leg, like an actual leg of somebody. Jack Random, $2. One thing I did enjoy was no Mary Sue for Danny. Nope. That's for sure. It made no sense. At least Mary Sue's kind of makes sense. They're stupid, but they make sense. Han is the man. $5. So I guess D&D forgot how Cersei and the prophecy of the Voluncar, and or was that too inconvenient? I just think they ran out of episodes. PBX, $1.99. John should have given her the D to save the innocent. PBX is on the D. John not giving it the D cost a lot of lives. Got to give up the D to save lives. Justin Doyle, £2. I thought Qyburn would have some evil plan. Nope. Nope. Qyburn reminded me of the Doctor in Airplane going, surely you can't be serious. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Yeah, he was, like, he was more like Robert, more like the guy that was like saying, looks like I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Lloyd Bridge, was that Lloyd?
Yes, Lloyd Bridges, exactly.
I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing cocaine. Trina Guthridge, $1.99. Don't mind me going to reread Princess of Amber. Oh, well done, little Lansy. Bryce Brierly, $10. I'm so depressed that I'm going to watch The Last Jedi. Cheer me up. Oh, man.
Ouch. There are hotlines to help you. Please call them.
Mark C, $5. It's like giving the Silmarillion while waiting for Return of the King. Yeah, it is. What's up, Mark C? Good to see you. $5. Richard Wefus, $5. Gary, what do you think of Alina Headley's favorite line of dialogue was this season? What do I think her favorite line? I don't know. I want to live. I want my baby to survive. I don't know. She didn't get any dialogue. Good. When she said good, when the dead won, she goes, good. That was her favorite line. Uh, Hurricane Irma, 1999. Aside from all the plot armor and the bad decisions like killing the Night King first, they needed more episodes to explain the decisions they wanted to make. Everything has been rushed. Danny flipping was worse than Anakin's. Shame. Absolutely. Absolutely. Blower, 5 pounds. You don't get it. Euron's cloaking device from episode 4 failed. Drogon picked up quad damage, and Berserk, his fire was so intense it burned any sense of reality. Blower, you're right. I totally missed that. John T. Net for 250 Hong Kong dollars. Robert Jordan Martin. One made a promise to his fans on his effing deathbed and continued working. The other tells us he doesn't owe us anyone. He doesn't owe anyone shit and does cameos in trash. Yep.
That's right, John. That's right. I mean, that was the point I was making in my video. Absolutely. Hopefully you've seen it by now, but that is exactly it. That this guy acts entitled, and I don't know if it's like some kind of resentment or some kind of agenda, or he's just lazy. But either way, it is really, in my book, unforgivable.
I agree. And I mean, listen, I don't want to judge anybody too much, but he just doesn't look like he's very good at self-discipline. I'm just saying. No. Dave Richer, Canadian $2. Arya kicked from server for cheating. Eddie Waffle for $4.99. What has Cersei done this season except looking over a ledge out of a window? Her death was not satisfying, but I'm glad the window got its due. That effing window. Legend Seeker 1999 just tuned in, wanted to say this episode officially made me decide to sell my Blu-ray copies of the first 7 seasons. I'm done. I give up. I don't care. Here's a donation. Thanks for socking it up to them. Keep it up. You're welcome. Thank you so much. And I totally blew it by not putting my Blu-rays up sooner. Put them up now before the last episode. Put them up now. Legend Seeker, another 1999. Oh, you did that twice. Oh no. I wish I could refund you. I'm going to shout you out twice tomorrow. Oh no. Thank you. Sorry. Zane E, $5. The more crap pulp culture we get, the more awesome rants we get from Doomcock. Let the shit show spring forth. Well,
you guys, I tell you what, I'm like, I've already got it ready to go. I've got a rant that I recorded immediately upon seeing the end credits start to roll. I just went in the other room and just let it fly. No analysis, no, just raw emotion and anger. So that'll be going up in a little bit.
Nice. That's good. My review Tuesday morning. I want to let this one sink in for a couple days. Plus, I need to think and get my I need to get my snark going. I have to get my snark.
Totally, and I'll be doing a review as well. But I've had so much anger building that I needed to get it out. Get it out. That's just going to be that. If you don't like just angry ranting by a maniac, then don't watch it.
I think that's what they like about you. Not that you're a maniac. Black Outcast Media Broadcasting, $2. Can't wait to see you going in about this dog shit. Yeah. Oh my God. I want to say this right. Catressel White, $2. Hail Lord Doomcock. Hail Doomcock.
Hail, brother. Thank you for being here tonight.
Barbara Kroll, our good friend and patron. Hi, Barbara. $20. Plain and simple. Us fans just took it hard without lube. We were screwed because we got stuck between the power struggle between GRRM and D&D. GRRM was mad because D&D wouldn't give them control. D&D couldn't handle it without him. I think we saw that. Barbara, again, another great comment from Barbara. Thank you so much. And yeah, I think we saw it play out right in front of us. Books will be written about this. People who worked on the production team for this show, if you're watching, remember, write notes, write a book. You got yourselves $1 million, kid. from behind the scenes of the biggest train wreck of all time. Raymond Luxury Yacht, $10. This was the first episode I was angrily yelling at the stupidity I was watching. Love you guys. Keep it up. Keep up the hate. Screw this show. We will keep up the criticism. The criticism. I don't hate it, believe it or not. I strongly dislike it. Strongly dislike. Hate is something I set aside for very, I don't know if I hate anything. I strongly dislike it. I'm very pissed. And like I said in my pregame show, it's like a bad breakup. I'll admit it. I'm calling, I'm texting, I'm spying, I'm watching it sleep a little bit. It's a bad breakup. Kate Pat L, $10. Danny, up, down, left, right, back into the Game of Thrones. Trash. Much love for Nerdrotic and Doomcock, though. Thank you, G Pat L. Love is back, right back at you. Thank you for the $10. And Chemi, thank you for the 99 cents. I greatly appreciate it. Saria Dreadful, $10. Thank you, Dan and Dave, for making Gary and Doomcock famous. I don't know about that.
Oh, geez. What a price we're paying for that fame, though. What a price we're fucking paying. I do hate this show at this point. I finally crossed over tonight, and I just realized that it felt very much like Lost, like a con game, and I do hate it at this point. So there it is.
I might be there next episode. It's really tough for me to like fully. I mean, like I get angry at stuff, but I mean, not like I'm road raging or something like that. I can't do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old and boring. But some guy on the internet, $2. Why do my super chats keep getting blocked? Are they getting blocked? That sucks. I don't know why. I have no idea. I don't block anything. I don't. My mods take out people spamming. If you're putting in a link, you can't put in links. So, but I'm not sure. I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you for the $2. All Red Eye, $5. Why did Tyrion not get caught releasing Jaime when the guards got back? Oh, well, they had to save it for the next episode, obviously. Why was Tyrion walking around a battlefield that was still happening with dragons flying around, and he's the hand with his little hand pin on? That's as bad as Section 31 going, hey, look at my Section 31 badge. I mean, everybody knows the imp.
Yeah. He's pretty distinctive. So I don't know. Plot armor. It wasn't his time. He read the script, dude. He knew it wasn't his time. So
yeah, there you go. Astafar 13, $2. Was this episode directed by Michael Bay? It would have been better. $2. Rad Willie 1, $5. Serious concern. Remember that it was just a TV show. Don't do anything stupid. Please call your country's national suicide prevention hotline. Peace. And I think people are joking, but always, if you're ever feeling that bad about something, do what Rad Willie says. Thank you for the $5. Dude, email me. I'm here. Joel Timborough, I have sponsees. I'm a proud member of NA and AA. Joel Timborough, $5. The notion of ungrateful fans is dumb. The fans pay the freight. Normies don't, and the money is vital to make a profit. Joel Timborough, bless you, my friend. Kilgore Trout, thank you for the 232. No question, but I do appreciate it, Kilgore. Good to see you here. Mark C, our old friend Mark C, $5. Hail Doomcock, your package from Mr. Should from MR should be there Monday at some point. Happy birthday!
Thank you, sir.
Happy birthday to Doomcock early.
Appreciate that.
He's 1,000 years old. 1,000 this year. It's amazing. No, I don't know exactly, but he's really old. But he doesn't look it because he's like a super being kind of thing going on. And yeah, I don't know it entirely, but yeah,
it was like a time warp. I was abducted by aliens from Germany in the 1800s. It's a long story.
He does have an origin story on Midnight's Edge, right? Is it Midnight's Edge?
Right.
That's right. Yeah, search it for Midnight's Edge. If George R. R. Martin is playing the long con, hoping to get a lot of sales from remaining books later by saying this is how it really ends, I doubt it'll work. How many people will be interested after next week? El Berzadente has a great point. This show, made his book a massive super success. People don't read. They just don't. This is going to kill book sales. Absolutely kill book sales. And they'll still be good. Don't get me wrong. They'll still be really good, especially the next one. But they won't be as good as they could have been. I want to remind everybody that if I said this about Captain Marvel, if Captain Marvel was a good movie, could you imagine how much money it would have made? Look at how well it did being a bad movie. So it would have done crazy money if it was a good and likable movie. If this was a good and likable season, one that we could not argue against, even flaws, the book sales would have been better than we're going to get. They'll still be good. George is fine. He doesn't need another book to sell another day. He's good. And that's why he's complacent. Jay Remy, $5. Never thought Game of Thrones would make people so soft, right? Oh man, the heat Doomcock and I are getting. Hey, by the way, real quick, I know I got to get through these. Did you get a bunch of Dreckies hitting you up today, or was that just me? On Twitter?
I don't know. I haven't been hitting me up where in like my
on Twitter,
comments?
just mentioning you, adding you, and stuff like that on Twitter. I got a wave yesterday or today. It was crazy.
Really? Yeah. I haven't actually been on Twitter today, so I'm not entirely sure, but I will check it out. I know that there's a number of them that always have it out for me. I don't care.
It's the same 5 people. I just,
basically.
But I mean, like, I haven't talked about Star Trek Discovery in a couple weeks. I've been saving it, but it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's right. But they know that there's a lot of bad things going on for Star Trek Discovery right now, and the shills are panicking, even though we are too busy with Game of Thrones to even comment about it. But out of sheer fear, they are lashing out at us, even though we are being largely silent. Go ahead, keep it up, assholes, and go ahead and let's see what happens when the dragon awakes.
Yep. See you in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Jim Samples, $5. I'm Steve Carell. Game of Thrones is the Asian gal putting on the hot wax on my body, and you and Doomcock are Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen holding my hands. Jim Kelly Clarkson. Snake Oi, one scene. Cobra Kai. That's all he has to say. For $2, Cobra Kai. Damn straight. Cobra Kai. Getting to season 3.
Orville man, that is good news. That in Orville season 3. So there is good news out there, people.
There is. Jeff McKelvey, who gave me an Orville, that sings to me.
I don't know. Dude, he said he was going to send me one. I hope he still is.
Check your P.O. box. I got a box and I heard the Orville theme coming out. I'm like, what the hell? And it's beautiful. So 3dtrekker.com. Hail Doomcock and Gary. I saw your live stream before Game of Thrones started tonight and heard you, Gary, say that you wanted a large Rocinante. Consider it done. Doomcock, your large Orville is nearly on its way. Happy early birthday, Doomcock.
Oh, man. When I saw that Orville, I was blown away. I was like, oh, dude, I want that so bad. Thank you so much.
Jeff,
I can't even tell you, dude.
Sorry to interrupt you there, pal. Yeah, you were going to love it. It's so well done. 3dtrekker.com. Rocinante, Jeff, I'm not worthy. I
would like one too.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff,
I'll pay you.
Jeff, shoot me your information. DM me so I can make you like a little commercial at the end of my videos and stuff. And if you can make 2, I will shout you out for a couple months easy. So no problem. And if you want some scratch, let me know. I'll give you some scratch too. Some cheddar. I really do appreciate it. I mean, I know that's not cheap. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ethanem, $5. Ned Stark wakes up, declines hand of the king to stop his vision from becoming true. It's still season 1, episode 2. God, I wish that I so badly. Louise Raphael, $5. The best show of all time was Black Sails. Can't wait to see if they are going to do Treasure Island series. That would be kind of cool. I would love to see that. I'm really sorry this isn't the best show on TV anymore, because this really was everything I liked. Everything I liked was in this show.
Yep.
Servant of God 777 $5. All right, you guys, won't say it, but I will. Abandon Hollywood. Hashtag abandon. I'm almost there. Scott Copenhagen for $5. In the books, George says Dragonfire cannot bring down stone walls, and yet tonight the Red Keep just disintegrated so easily. Dragonfire can't bring them down. It can melt them, but it took a long time. It took Aegon the Conqueror a while to melt Harrenhal. Shane Bentley for $9.99. I must say that this was my favorite episode so far of season 8. Keyword season 8. As much as I hate to say it, I appreciate the battle before the long night and makes me cry inside. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Boomer, $2. Boomer. Amazon is making the Wheel of Time. Hope it's good. I do too. And they're making Lord of the Rings, and I hope that's good too. Sam R Cat 4077 $2. Forgetting the Orville coming back for season 3. Not forgetting it at all. I did a video. But yes, we're so happy about that. Joloja. Jeff McKelvey for $10. Also, thank you so much for the plug. Here's a pizza on me. I love both of your channels, and I did get with JP at Egotastic Fun Time, and an Orville will be on the way, Dave. That's cool. Love you guys. Keep this up. That's great. JP's a great guy. Go check out JP at Egotastic Fun Time. Great channel. Haragoth, $2. They threw 7 seasons into the blender tonight. They certainly did, Haragoth, and it's terrible. Malo, $1.99. It took Aries 15 years to go mad, by the way. It did. Sorry, a dreadful $5. I was suspicious why HBO would pay for a sequel while not making the end of Game of Thrones awesome, since it was more successful than anything on the planet ever. And I'll finish this. Ever will be. Yeah, I am very suspicious of this. So I think it's going to be very sitting around rooms, plotting. And I think they're going to probably, I don't know. They're in a time that's very magical. I don't know. But if they're doing a prequel to the Night King, are you effing kidding me? And if they held back because they wanted to do a William Jones, I just don't care. Of course, I'll cover it for the show, but I just don't care. William Jones, $2. What series? A Wheel of Time series by Amazon, potential a Game of Thrones killer. If they do it right, yes. If they do it right, and hopefully they learn from these mistakes. Some guy on the internet, $2. Is this broken? No, it's not broken. It went through. GGM. There's a lot of things going on right now. Some guy on the internet. I'm sorry. It might be just bad on your end. I'm not sure. DJM Voice is $10. Curious what the worst defense of this season you've heard. Mine is D&D can't be blamed because the adapters are not the writers. Well, they can and should have brought in writers. Yes, Doomcock is right that this is George's fault, but it is also Dan and Dave's fault because you, as the person responsible, listen, at my comic store, Doomcock, there was a time I hit a rut. I hit a total rut. None of my ideas were good. Everything fucking sucked. And I had to bring in somebody. That's a huge risk. It could absolutely fail. It's a crapshoot. And luckily, I brought in the right guy. And the right guy came in, helped me out because I just my second kid was just born at the time. I was not sleeping. I was an insane person, and I couldn't make a good decision to save my life. And Harry Maldonado came in, saved my ass, and that's because I manned up and said I need help. And that's what you need to do, especially when something like this is on the line. If you give a crap, but maybe they just don't give a crap. Maybe they.
I don't know. I mean, I certainly blame them. I mean, I blame them very entirely. But I think that George R.R. Martin did not help in his absence 8 years in publishing the next 2 books. It just really hurt. And I just wonder if there was any kind of subconscious resentment or malice on his part. That was the question I was posing, and it really was merely laying out the case and then accepting the verdict of the viewers, which seems to be mixed. But there are people that think that there might be something to that.
AAKK $2. Why did Dany need an army? What did Dany need an army for? To kill more people needlessly, I guess. She really didn't. Again, Aegon the Conqueror had armies and stuff, but it was also to intimidate, and he tried to avoid this. Yeah, it was just dumb. Grand Inquisitor, $2. No exozone. What am I supposed to fall asleep to? Old exozones. They are available on Harvey Cthulhu's channel and Nerdrotic Live. And Grand
Yes.
Inquisitor, thank you. Jack Random, $2. Save people from the Night King, only Danny to kill. Yes. And there's supposed to be a point in that. And that's the Song of Ice and Fire. And was it, Preston Jacobs was talking about a Robert Frost poem, which is what this is based on. I don't know if I got that name right.
Which one?
Ice and Fire. There's a poem about
okay.
Ice and Fire. I don't know if it's Robert Frost. That's what's in my head, but maybe because I'm thinking of ice. I could be getting that wrong. But there is a poem about ice and fire and about the end of the world, and it doesn't matter if it's by ice and fire, it's going to end anyway. And that's what this is based on. And I learned that from Preston Jacobs. The Big Red Bear, Canadian $2. This sounds like spoilers were true. They were. Some guy on the thank you very much. Some guy on the internet, $2. ASDF. What I don't know what ASDF is. I probably should. Somebody tell me in the chat what's ASDF. And it's Robert Frost. Thank you very much. Thank you for the $2. Click Boy M2K, $1.99. 9 years to see Cersei have some rubble fall on her. I know, right? AAKK, $2. Horse was pale rider reference. Arya is now death. Oh, okay. So Arya is gonna turn into the Night King because he was touched by her. And she's now death. No, I would say Daenerys was death. I would everybody she touched died. All those people she tried to save died. So they're trying to say that Arya's death.
I don't know, man. You know, the worst death this season, quality.
Yes. If you need to get tea, was that an old message? If you need to go, that's cool. I'm going to,
No.
Okay. Gotcha. Cool. Okay. Darth Legend, $5. I disagree with you. I pronounced the death of Game of Thrones after episode 3, after episode 4, this traversely. That was episode 5. I owe you. Oh, okay. I disagreed with you when you announced the death of Game of Thrones after episode 3, after episode 4, and the travesty that was episode 5. I owe you an apology. Darth Legend, $5. No need to ever apologize. We can disagree. And listen, I come around on stuff too. I do. There's no need to apologize. You can disagree. It's cool. I have no problem with it. Clinton Ramsey, $5. Doomcock. Can you really put any blame on George for this? No one told them to adapt a book series that wasn't finished. Yeah, I think you can, because I think George, as Doomcock laid out, George made promises that he did not keep. And that point you can.
Gary. I mean, when they started the series, they surely thought that George R.R. Martin would go ahead and get at least another book out before they were done. I mean, it's been 8 years, dude.
8
years. Can you imagine?
Jason Kirkland, $5. Should they get Captain America to do a waste of time post-credit scene for Game of Thrones? Why not? They will do something like that, not aging. They'll go into the future and it'll be like Sam or something reading the Song of Ice and Fire. Listen, so many characters are missing now and they didn't die. They just walked off. It's like it's total postmodern nihilism BS. Oh God.
Yeah.
G Bill Pap, 99, $2. Horse could be Bran. How? The horse could be Bran, but and it might be. But you know what I've seen with somebody asked what the worst excuses are for defending the show. And that's a great point. The horse could be Bran. They could show us. There's so many assumptions, like Jon yelling for Arya. You are not supposed to watch even an intricate show like this with assumptions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Assuming if it didn't happen on screen or we didn't allude to it, it didn't happen. Gamer Gamut, $2. Several dragon CGI scenes were jumpy and incomplete. I agree. Thank you, Gamer Gamut. W Wims, $4.99. What the F? What was that? Season 8. I was happy to accept mediocrity and not hate. This episode was so stupid. On another note, I missed you missed Dennis. He was the bestest. Well, he's he was all right. But I've gained 73,000 subscribers since he left. Richard Wempus, $5. Yeah, that's all. D&D are the dragon, and we, our audience, are townspeople getting burned. D&D are the dragon, and D&D are the dragon, and we are the townspeople getting bird. Yes, indeed, Richard Weffes, you are correct. And finally getting your super chats. Mark Levert, $5. Can we also talk about the North men killing innocent people? How that guard was about to force himself on the women? Like, what the WTF? Well, again, 2019. That's exactly why that scene happened.
Yep. Toxic male.
Yep. John came back to life to stop a toxic male.
$1 light. Your job is done, John.
Your job is done. Go die now. Danny, Anakin needed at least 20 episodes. Could not agree more. Hurricane Irma. Peter Davison, Australian, $10. Parcel in USA 9th May. And there is, you put the tracking number in there. Here, I'll screenshot that. And oh man, I can't really screenshot that right now. Hopefully I'll remember. It's a super chat, so I can access it later. I'll get you that tracking number, Dudecock. Awesome. Swift 571. It's live internet people. The final scene, Ned wakes up and says, "Damn, Cat, that was a terrible dream. 7 hells." There's actually a meme for that, and it's great. 571. Thanks, Swift. Harrigoth, $2. When George R.R. dies, he's going to roll over a few times. He might be rolling over now. George cannot be happy, but George, there's probably a couple mirrors in your house. Go take a look at them.
Oh yeah, I can't believe that's not going to impact his sales. I can't believe that it's not.
Oh, absolutely is. People are dipping left and right. And welcome. All I got to say is welcome. I'm not a told you so person at all. Just welcome. I'm sorry. The show sucks. Believe me. Yeah. I liked it as much as you. I liked it as much as you. I loved the show. I will show again. I have a shelf right here. That is all Ice and Fire right there. First prints, Ice and Fire, comic books, action figures, bought all that crap. I'm the kind of fan you want to make happy. And honestly, I'm easy to please. That tells you how bad things have gotten lately. I am one of the most easy to please fans that are out there. I mean, not normie level, but seriously. If this is about, okay, Jonathan Wood for $20. If this is how they wrote it, really not a fan, then next episode, Danny will command John to kneel before him and he will say no. She will go to Drakari's in front of the people. He won't burn everyone finds out his name. God, that would actually
probably going to happen.
That would actually be cool. I mean, I got to say that listen, I don't know why everybody believes Bran. Like, not everybody believes magic. So that, hey, see that kid over there? He can like see everything and know everything. They're like, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Words are win, buddy. Philip Wolf, $5. They had money for 45 minutes of King's Landing Fire Festival, but not enough for John to pet his goddamn dog. You're right, Philip Wolf. Sorry, that does make me mad. You can tell I'm very much a dog person. Very much a dog person. I like the cats too. They're cool, but dogs, I like dogs. I like animals. Peter Davison.
I love them.
Yeah. Australian, $2. Oz Post. Okay, Peter, we got you, man. Thewis 18 Racing, $5. Why didn't Arya materialize or teleport herself out of King's Landing? She bumped her head so her powers don't work. Did you hear that? Did you hear that explanation? When all the dead people were getting her in the library after she had just slayed 15 of them, their explanation was she bumped her head. She kind of forgot, basically.
What a crock of shit.
Believe me. I've got.
She forgot?
There will be lots of videos.
Wait, she bumped her head and she forgot?
She forgot how to use her power. They didn't say okay, so Danny kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet, but when asked why were so many dead going at her after she just slayed a bunch, she said, well, she just had a big head injury and she wasn't at 100%. That's why she started running for no reason.
God,
they're hacks. They just are. You know what? Listen, they wrote this script on a yacht while getting blown with this is in my opinion, with about 2 pans of Coke next to each of them. They're going, looking good, Dan, feeling good, Dave.
I wouldn't be surprised. It sounds the level of lack of quality tends to lean towards an explanation like that.
It absolutely does. Holy crap. It just jumped on me. What a nightmare. Hang on. I'm almost back
Sorry.
there. No, it's no, that was not your fault at all. It just, oh my God. Boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I've never seen this many in my life. I'm still going. Hang on. Aircraft, Aria Zero, Night King kills him. Holy shiza. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this tonight. I don't like doing that though. That really sucks.
Yeah, I know. I get overwhelmed sometimes, like I did last night, or the other night. I did a 7.5 hour live stream, and just had a huge pile to do. And what I'm doing is a super chat square up, and I put that on my channel, and I always address all the super chats eventually.
So listen, we'll make this an even 3 hours. I mean, what the hell? I'll go 15 more minutes, and then whatever is left over, I'm going to start my Nerdrotic Nooner at 12 p.m. tomorrow with these chats, and I won't go to anything until they're done. So we'll square it. I truly apologize. I don't like doing that, but we can only, I'm very limited on, I told Mrs. It's Mother's Day. If it was like next week, we'll go forever. That's fine. And I imagine I don't know. I wonder if people are just going to be done. This might be the peak. This might be it.
Yeah, we don't know. We'll see.
Jesus Christ. Thank you everybody for your interest in being here. I really, really, really don't feel good about that, but I gotta quit it in 15 minutes. Joe Tamburo, the No Shavant, grateful fans. Give me just a second there, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm almost found it. It just did a damn jump on me. Curious. Okay. Darth Legend, Mark Levert. Got that. Swift. There we go. The Zay, $1. Thank you very much for the donation. No comment. That's right. Could still be anti-war message with good writing, says Peter Ruan for $2. Totally agree. Gamer Gambit, $2. As a combat veteran, I can say that war has its place. We wouldn't be here if it didn't happen. I mean, I'm sure as a combat veteran, Gamer Gambit, there's reality. Okay. So we all would love to live in Star Trek. We would replicating food, everybody liking each other, all on one mission to explore. Everybody's cool. That's not the game we were put into. That's not, unfortunately, we have to play the game as it has been played for thousands of years. And hopefully we evolve and get away from that. But if it wasn't for World War II, things would be really bad. Okay. So yeah, it does. Unfortunately, it's an unfortunate, fighting has its place. Having a little brawl that's how us guys used to do it back in the day. I used to be a parts guy, and yeah, it was not uncommon for two technicians or a parts guy and a technician to go out back and have it out, and next day they're fine. They're all, hey Bob, hey Sam, click, we're fine. Just spreading the joy and celebrating the infamous Twitter ban while monetizing it to many worth channels as possible. Hail Nerdrotic and hail Doomcock. James Hardy, thank you. I am so sorry to hear that. No, I'm not. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Infamous poser.
Yeah.
$5. She's a poser, by the way. She's also, in my opinion, a paid agent, chaos agent. Captain Spire, because she used to be on, let me put it this way. She's like Ariana Huffington. Used to be on one side when the money got dried up there, went to the other side where the money was. Captain Spire, $5. War horses are trained not to panic in war. You are right, Captain Spire. Explosions, gunfire, and shouting don't phase it that much. My problem is that the horse was right there. And somebody mentioned Bran. Well, hint towards that. And if they show us later, okay, great. I'm glad they wasted a bunch of screen time for that. for a visual that means nothing. Boomer, $10. D&D did what no one thought could be done before. They united Trumpers, never Trumpers, liberals, conservatives, socialists, and nationalists in our hatred for what could be our favorite show.
Amen. Amen.
Oh my God. Boomer, that's brilliant. John Burns? $10. Arya saving mankind only to catch guff from a foot soldier on her way to kill Cersei. Wait, who are you? I'm Arya effing Stark. I need to check with my captain. Worst writing ever. He would say, yes, milady. Yeah, exactly. Listen, I still need to watch it again to get the details for the next vid, and I bet you there's a bunch of stuff. I need the spoilers. I expected nothing, and I still got. Oh, I read the spoilers. I expected nothing, and still got let down. It says Blabber Crow. Commie Cheese, Canadian, $20.99. Martin had to spill the beans years ago to the producers on the ending in case he died before the script books were written. Yep. But it's not the ending. It won't be the ending.
Yeah, I bet not. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like, it didn't basically, from what I understand, George R.R. Martin doesn't outline his stories. I mean, that's what I heard.
Yeah, I don't know that for a fact. I don't.
So any outline would have been just his kind of best guess as to what was coming.
I might do a video on that. I don't know. Videos come to me when they come to me. I don't write them. I just do them. I was playing around like how the show, there's no way the show could end by the book. And I can like I could do like a 10 ways. I could show it just in 10 things from what's happened in the last book that would make it impossible, absolutely impossible to end the show like this.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I could do it with 2 or 3 things. But that would be a very short video. The thing that should not be $5 on Mother's Day, the mother of dragons becomes the mother of fire and blood. I see what D&D did there. I'm picking up what they're putting down, and then I want to throw it in the trash. Richard Wetfus, $2. You missed 3 of my super chats. Adam McEwen, I did not. I actually read your 3 super chats, Richard. I just haven't gotten to them yet. Randall Gardner, $2, but thank you for the super chat. And again, Adam McEwen, thank you for the $1 donation. Randall Gardner, thank you for the $2 donation. I greatly appreciate it. Ollie Blazin, $1.99. At least the normie fans are now on our side. GG. That's right. They are. Nicholas Horton, welcome, normies. Put on your white socks and your tidy whities, grab a tuna fish sandwich and your shirts that button up that have colors in them. And maybe you should read the books now. You should read the books. Get disappointed by that too. Nicholas Horton, $2. What the hell was Yara's? Where the hell was Yara's fleet?
I think they went back to the Iron Island and just, they were just hanging out. I think they were guarding against Euron coming back and seizing power again.
Yeah, because everybody wants the Iron Islands.
Yeah, right.
Well, they have resources, but they have like no trees and yeah.
Oh, they have ample trees. They built 1,000 ships in a couple of days, dude.
A couple of days. That's pretty awesome.
They got a lot of trees. Oh, they got trees aplenty.
They do. You got more viewers than STD's final episode. You need to do a review on this episode. You need to do a review of this episode, huh? Can't wait. I can't believe this tonight. This is insane. Yeah. I can't wait to start. I'll start it. I'll probably start it tomorrow afternoon. Maybe I got to get my voice back, but I'll get her done. It'll be out Tuesday morning. Legion FX season 3, June 24th, season 1 and 2 available on Hulu. Says M Wims for $19.99. Yes, for good television, you can go to Hulu. You can also buy it on Blu-ray. Season 1 is available. I don't know if season 2 is out yet. They usually wait a good long time. And Fox doesn't like putting out physical media. I think Marvel made them do it. But Legion is an excellent show. Right, Doomcock?
Oh, it's wonderful. I love it entirely.
K Kundura for $4.99. Danny turning to the dark side on a dime is worse than Anakin turning on a dime. It really was. It was. I buy it more in Revenge of the Sith. Tokyo Gaijin, 600 yen. Was this episode at least lit? Is it our fault again? We couldn't see it. Yeah, we needed to tune the television set to be able to make sense of it. We didn't tune in our writing tool, our writing thing. There's a little section on your new 4K TVs that adjusts the writing of an episode. We had it at basic, and we needed to get it to like at least standard. Spruce Moose, 1999. I got out after season 2. I felt like the Christian Bale character in The Big Short. I kept up and watched YouTube clips of cool things. That's probably you are a wise man, Spruce. I'm sorry, I assumed your gender. Get big entertainment from you all. I bet right for once. You did. Thank you for the 1999. You were right. Paul Bevins for $5. Never seen Game of Thrones. You and Doomcock have good chemistry. Yeah, we do. Thank you.
We do. We really do.
Make after show Exozone fun. Any chance they might remake the last few seasons once Martin finishes the book? They'll remake Game of Thrones someday. Absolutely. It'll be done. And yeah, after he finishes the book, somebody will either HBO or Amazon, they'll remake it. Maybe even in my lifetime, they'll remake it. They will remake the Star Wars original trilogy. You can bet your ass. And that fan film with the Obi-Wan fighting Darth Vader, will only encourage them to do so. And that fan film was amazing, by the way. And I guess it's been around for a while, but I just noticed it a couple days ago. So they took a scene from Star Wars and they redid the Darth Obi-Wan fight, and it's fantastic. It is fantastic. I love it.
It is.
Props to those. Elite Stranger. What is it? Eltic Stranger. Elite Stranger. I don't know. $5. Sorry about that. Discuss season 8 from perspectives of gods and religion in Game of Thrones. Do the gods have various competing interests in the outcome? They certainly do in the books. There is something guiding all characters, and they've George has made that pretty plain. What it is, I have no idea. All right, this will have to be the last one, and no, there'll be 2 more because George just gave us huge super chat. And I will read all of these at the beginning of the Nerdrotic Nooner tomorrow at noon. So please join me. We will continue the Game of Thrones talk, but poor, Doomcock needs to go back to work. He has videos to make. He has robots to build. He has a world to conquer.
That's right.
Anthony, and I've got stuff to do too. I'm not blaming it all on you. Sorry. Anthony, Mrs. Nerdrotic likes to see her husband once in a while. Anthony Mata for $4.99. F Game of Thrones. They took a strong female character with a hero's journey and turned her into a mad OP queen with a bunch of endless destruction. F D&D. Well said, Anthony. And the last one of the night, George Mallow for $99.99. Hey there, ho there, hi there, Gary. Let me get this straight. D&D turned Daenerys into Rhaegon, or what is that? Regan McAnally and Cersei into Rosemary Woodhouse. They threw in smarmy imp, dragon, and a ton of base explosions. Reversed all character growth. I get it now. It's D&D's homage to Michael Bay. It is. Yes, there was base explosions. Y'all remember Robot Chicken? Everybody, I again, I need to apologize. I've never done this, so I got to cut it short. Tommelfinger, oh, you rule. He said video is done and uploaded. It's okay. If everybody search Tommelfinger. So he did the Battle of King's Landing with Benny Hill music behind it. I ask, he delivers. Tommelfinger, bless you. That is rad. So everybody, I'm really sorry. I will not make a habit of this. Okay. I appreciate every super chat. I appreciate every comment I get. I appreciate every subscription I get. I appreciate every single one of you. So I don't want to make it sound like I don't. I will make up for this. So Monday noon, I start out by reading super chats from tonight. And I thank you all, to the thousands of you who are here. Thank you so much. Please, Dictor Van Doomcock, plug your channel.
My channel is youtube.com/Overlord DVD. I believe it is in the channel description. Yeah, please go and subscribe to Doomcock and check out my video. I'm going to have my reaction video posted very soon, perhaps in the morning. I'm not sure. Do you think I ought to post it tonight, Gary, or do you think I ought to wait till tomorrow morning? Probably tomorrow morning be better.
I think the morning. Yeah, get everybody when they're waking up would be great timing. That worked for me on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
The morning has been very lucrative. So yeah, I would say, blast it out in the morning first thing, and it'll be
Yeah, I think
Doomcock's
that's what I'm
Rage.
going to do. And also I have a Patreon, patreon.com/Doomcock, with hours and hours and hours of exclusive content, movie reviews, television commentaries, and so on. And subscribestar.com/Doomcock as well. So please subscribe.
Please subscribe, become a patron. He does a lot of good stuff on Patreon. And yes, Doomcock's video will be out tomorrow morning. Mine will be out Tuesday morning, about 10 a.m. Pacific time. And I'm sure a lot of others will be out. So I look forward to seeing them all. Our boy Mahler is out there, I think, doing a live stream with Wolf. And I think there's other live streams. Yeah, Mahler and Wolf are doing one right now. So please go on over there and say Doomcock and Nerdrotic sent them, and tell them we said hi. They are good people over there, and they're probably having a lot of fun. So again, I have a Patreon, and please go to nerdrotic.com. All of my links are there. I have a subscriber star, Patreon, all that stuff. I do 3 live streams a week, and I appreciate you all. To my patrons, I'm sorry. I don't have time I put up a new video. It's on my, for the patrons. I usually show them all, but I do have to cut out. So I will show that video on Monday. I'll see you all tomorrow right here, 12 p.m. Pacific time. We will do it all again. Of course, this will stay on the channel forever. So please watch it at your leisure. Please share it. That really helps. And please hit that like button. For Dictor Van Doomcock, my name is Gary from Nerdrotic, and may the small folks sing songs of your greatness. Ciao.